that doesn't call it out enough for me. You know what I mean? I gotta have full representation with no hesitation. You know what I mean?
That's
All
fitting
right.
though, right?
For me, you know. Yeah, for sure. I
All
gotta
right.
have full
You're live.
Let's go. We're ready. Fired up. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you, dog. What do I got? A little background noise. Let me turn this down a little bit.
It don't matter, man. Shit. I mean,
in my ear.
background noise. You know, people half dead. You know what I'm saying? Defective prescriptions. It all goes down over here on the fix, man. I mean, you know, hospital visits. Hospitalizations. Yeah, it all goes down over here, man.
Well, homie, I'm glad to have you back, my dog. Healthier than ever, right? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, healthy as I was,
a few IVs don't cure.
Man, healthy as I was 2 weeks ago. Let me just start right there. Yeah, I mean, there's no vast improvement. I'm just not clutching from the jaws of death right now. So, hey, so it's all good, basically. I mean, in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Get that out of the way.
You're still alive and kicking a whole lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? So you got to do it.
I'm glad to have you back, my brother. You know, Barcott and I threw one up last week. You know, talked a little MLB, but I think you and I got a whole lot of catching up to do with everything that's been going on in the sports world the last week. We got the playoffs starting, NHL playoffs. We got NBA playoffs full effect. We got a little bit of NFL news. We got a whole bunch of MLB news. We got a little bit of football news.
Sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot of shit. That's all of that hasn't been going on. Man. All of that has not
all
been going on. Because I haven't heard anything about any of
that. It's funny. I haven't been able to catch up on any of that either. So I had to do a little bit of research this morning and last night, catching up a little bit hard to do when, you know, you stuck at the trap all weekend. I didn't get a whole lot of nothing going on.
Yeah, too busy hobnobbing with QB1s of local football teams. I see what's going on around here.
Hey, man, shout out Drew Lock. Drew Lock will be hopefully making a guest appearance, man. I've got to call him out. I've got to speak it into existence, right, homie? That's how it works. Speak it into existence. You don't want to tell people that your hopes and dreams, but you speak it into the existence, man.
Either that or you snatch them up by the collar and make them log in to the Zoom room. You know what I mean? One way or the other, you know what I mean? Strong arm steady.
That was pretty wild. It was a pretty wild experience. My boy Jordan and I, we were both working and we were sitting there and I was like, it walks up. The Kentucky Derby was on the TV. We actually had that channel to get the Kentucky Derby on. So we're living there watching the Derby, chilling. And kind of got, of course, the only time it gets a little bit steady is when we're like trying to you know, there's actually something on TV we can watch
work.
And then trying not to work and then see this best 2 minutes in sports going on the TV there. And, you know, comes in, gets a jersey because he's heading to the game that night. And, you know, sitting there and I was like, didn't even, you know, hey, ain't gonna lie, didn't even realize it was him. You know, it wasn't really him. Looks like a regular old guy.
Yeah, it was just an average dude roaming around the mall.
But my guy Jordan, he knew. He's like, oh damn, he knew it. And I was like, oh shit, you knew, dog. And but yeah, he ended up buying a jersey. And then after he left, on his way out, we chopped it up because he was buying it when the race was going on. And I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, holy smokes. You know, then we chopped it up for a minute. Then, you know, hey, hit him up on that DM or whatever, see if we can make something happen. Hey, Mr. Drew Lock, come on, bro. We got you. Let's talk.
I need those Seahawks tickets football. On will call. You know what I'm saying? 8
games. We don't need it. We don't need any of that shit. Yeah, we just need to get them on here, and then we'll go from there, homie. But
your priorities is messed up. I'm fully focused out here. I don't care. ain't no crazy ass prescriptions gonna mess up my focus. Drew Lock, anonymous big homie, Stix, will call home games. You know what time it is, boy. Look at that.
It's as easy as that, brother.
That's it. All you got to do is call down there and put some names on the list. is. You know what I mean? My
There we go.
ID
Hey,
says anonymous big homie on there, so it's gonna match up.
and mine does not say Stix, but it might have to sooner or later. You never know.
Got to make
Might have
those
to go
minor
there.
adjustments. When you get that new
Might have to
ID,
go.
that new enhanced real ID, you got to make sure your credentials are intact.
Adjust it just a little bit. Hey, everyone, we appreciate y'all listening. We're going to get fired up here. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff going on. Anybody wants to shout out their business, throw some sponsors out to This Is Funner family, get a hold of Chris at thisisfunner.com. Support the show by donating, if you wish, to the YouTube page as you might be listening to now. If you're not listening to it, check it out. You got to check out the YouTube version of Sidney Dean and Billy Hoyle, baby. White Men Can't Jump. I know you all love that. So you got to peep us out on there if you're not listening right now or if you don't check it out. So we appreciate y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show on whichever podcast platform you listen to. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. Go to thisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015 and follow this guy, Anonymous Big Homie at homie_anonymous.
I don't even know what they following for. Ain't shit on there. I mean, recently, I will say, I'm saying I was trying to be social. Yeah, I mean, I was down with this social interaction situation for, getting off the ground. You know what I mean? But
you doing it? Hey, you doing it? You had to take a little time off. That had nothing to do with you, with your not being or not wanting to be involved in the social media game. I kept tagging you. I kept making sure that you knew we were all thinking about you out here in the real world, homie. So there's little things you got to get caught up on. Some tweets. Hey, it was good. It was a good week, but not so much for the Nas Big Homie.
Man,
you'll be back. I know you'll be back. You're going to see one thing tonight, and then you're going to be all fired back up again. I know how it works. You just got to get one little thing, one sports thing to get homie all fired up. And then homie gets fired up, and it's all on from there.
That is all it takes. And we know that. I mean, and the sports landscape is just like, we're at that point in the year. Every year we deal with the same little gap where we're coming in with the NHL and the NBA playoffs. Baseball kicks in first month activity, and then you're waiting for camps and stuff to start opening as you start move through the summer, because you got that little lull where you just waiting for tidbits of NFL news, somebody going somewhere, something like this. You know what I mean? So you kind of put it in cruise for a little bit and try to pay attention to everything. But the NBA right now is trying to crack a little bit of news with what's going on, and I feel kind of bad because there's a couple of squads, man, I didn't show no love to when we pointed out prospects for the NBA playoffs, man, that completely escaped my mind. But I'm going to get into that, man, and I'm going to show some people some love, man, because I don't know what I was thinking, man.
Is it going to be a 60-second or more, or 60-second or less?
Oh no, we can air it out. I mean, it ain't gonna be a whole lot. We can get into it a little bit because there are a couple things that I just noticed that again that I just didn't. I mean, when we first talked about the prospects of the playoffs starting, and we kind of just high speeded through it, and I really didn't have an opinion. I mean, I had an opinion, but I didn't really have an opinion as of yet. And the one thing I do remember, we said, let's wait till we get through this first round, man, and we'll make 100%. Some real assessments on what's really going on. And I think that before that, I had some ideas. I had some real good some concepts about what's going on. But now, true to life, that we are past that first round and we got some eliminations going on, that things are getting a lot clearer. And some of the stuff that I probably should have highlighted at the very beginning is coming out and peeking its head, showing truth. So we'll get into it though.
Yeah, I like that. I knew you'd probably have something on that, even though you've been down and out for the last week and a half, but I know you bounce back, homie. You always do. Hey, This is awesome. So I'm just going to start with the Kentucky Derby, as we referenced a little bit earlier about I was chatted up watching it at work, and the Rich Strike, the horse that won, and I hope you guys have all seen like the details of like where he was, or the horse was back in the pack and then came back around in the final stretch and got in. Well, not only did he come from behind or in the middle, did it come from behind in the middle of the pack
Mm-hmm.
and pull it off. Wasn't even supposed to be in the race to begin with.
Yeah, I
It got
heard that.
the 21 spot over the 20 horse, had to drop out. So, and Dirk Irvin, shout out Dirk Irvin and his Zags, hit me up yesterday and said that his son picked the winner. So hopefully they're riding high right now in a luxury vacation somewhere. But shout out to Dirk's 9-year-old son, baby. Pick the winner
Oh,
of
I was about
the Kentucky
to.
Derby.
I'm thinking he's at the counter at off-track betting. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to say, damn, Dirk got an old ass son who's out here getting it, handicapping horses. Shoot, shout out to him if he's about it like that. But yeah, man, I missed the main race, but I did come back and see the highlights, man. But I had hit you offline, and I told you, man, that two of the little precursor races. Man, I called the hell out of both of them just right
Both
off
of
the
them?
rip. And now the first one, I can't remember what the horse's name was. Um, and but all I did when they was lining up, I was just like, pink hat. And this pink hat horse, the jockey was wearing a pink hat. This horse was losing his ass off to that damn last straightaway, and he showed his naked horse ass and pulled that one out. And I was like, "Wow, bro! I would have been on something right there." And then that second race that they did on turf, the inside one, when I hit you up and I said, "This is easy. Look at the horse's name, Stolen Base. There's no way this is not a loser." Sure enough, bad.
That was the second race?
The
The stolen base one? I think
No, the
that's what you
stolen
texted me,
base was
right?
the stolen base was the one that they did on turf. They did it on the inner track on
Yeah, on the
grass.
inside.
The
Yeah.
first race that I'm talking about, that one was on dirt, and that horse showed out because, like you said, he was getting smoked, just like the other horse was getting smoked, and then came out. But you heard about these controversies though, how they was just putting hands on the horse because the horse wasn't acting right. Yeah, PETA and everybody is highly upset. PETA always been about aggravation as it relates to horse racing and things like that, as it becomes to the as it pertains to the baton and the the prodding and the whipping to get them to move faster and stuff like that, and all the motivational tactics they use with horses. But apparently that horse was wilding out in the starting gate, and they literally was like hit it with the, what I'm saying, gave him a couple elbows, you know what I mean? And so now everybody's in a little bit of uproar about the treatment of horses, even though they'll never be saying nothing about the doping that the horses be doing and all the other stuff that they doing. But yeah, everybody chooses their own battles with everything. But hey, I'm not about putting hands on a horse unless a horse comes at me, because that horse weighs as much as a Honda Fit. Okay, and that horse will trample my little ass as much as I weigh, still make me look like a damn rag doll. So let a horse get out of line. That horse might catch one from me too.
The freaking TV at the trap is like on antenna. So we
Oh, high
get
quality.
the high quality. We get spotty reception and all that nonsense. So like it comes in, comes out every once in a while. So we're like trying to watch it and it's like glotchy and blotchy and stuff. And I'm like, damn it, I just want to see what happens here. But yeah, man, nothing better. Like we've both been to the Emerald Downs down in Auburn, bro. That is the place to be for some sports, for some horse racing. It's pretty sweet down there. So,
It would be
me
nice
and
to go.
make
It would be nice to go to Churchill Downs once upon a time in my life. Yeah, to experience that high level of bouginess. You know what I mean? With all of the with all the dress up and the make believe and the hats and the country drinks. mint juleps and all of this. It would be nice, man.
Mint
But I
julep.
ain't I ain't trying to be just being herded around and all of this and being a bunch of crowds. It'd be like the waste management. It's because it looked to me like the waste management open with golf. You
Uh-huh.
know the reputation of the waste management in Phoenix.
Yeah, they like make sure that you go where they want you to go, basically, right?
Well, no, it is like them a wasteland of partying, bro.
Oh,
There's mad
yeah.
videos of people staggering around. People just record other people staggering around, hammered. There's people who done fell down grass hills and all of that from being extra hammered. And I'm watching the Kentucky Derby, and I'm looking at all of these dudes in the dress up outfits, looking like Southern gentlemen and all of this shit, wilding the hell out. Hammered off of mad beers, bro, and everything else. So it seems like a party. It's just you want to get up in there and see what that's like one time. But I think the waste management is still ahead of that, though. I got to get to that waste management tournament, bro. You catch a couple of videos of
I
waste management,
definitely. Hey,
bro.
well, you know what? You're gonna have I'll get into this later. I'm not even gonna say it right now, but we will yeah, speaking of golf, bro. Hopefully you'll be able to get those swings in. We got a couple months. Couple months, July 30th, you'll be hitting the course, brah. So better
I
get
probably end
ready.
up with some fucking dumbass illness or something by then.
Nah,
Who
you won't.
knows?
You'll be
Uh,
straight.
who
I
knows?
have
But
I have faith in you. We're ready to rock and roll.
you know
We
how
got
I
the
am.
team. We're
I
ready to
ain't trying to
go.
look. I ain't trying to look like no damn fool out there. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
well,
But what's funny? What was funny is my daughter's grandfather. He's like an avid dude. He hits up the little links in Kent all the time regularly. He's like stays out. He's out there getting it. And I was like, man, I need to have this dude take me out there and just get my proper swing together. You know, uh, get my couple my iron swings together and get everything at least looking legitimate. I ain't got to be John Daly out here, but
nope. Just got to be John Daly with the drink. When you wake up in the morning, take a shot, you'll be good to go.
hey,
uh, well, I'd like to talk a little USFL, but I haven't been able to watch in a couple weeks, so we're
okay,
gonna
look,
pass on that.
nah, 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 nah. I want to
What do you
know.
got? What do you got?
All right, so have you seen any of it?
Yeah, the first like week and a half, 2 weeks, I think I saw.
All right, man. Okay. So look, I think no, I wasn't laid up, man. I might have been laid up at the hospital and caught one of them, or I might have been here. I don't know. But anyway, so do you remember we talked about they fixed their broadcasting problem where they want to institute allowing the fans to hear the play call. But remember, I was saying that the announcers were stepping over it and they were messing up. So they fixed that, right? So
Oh,
they kind of
nice.
they
They
kind of
listened
cleaned
to
it up
the Sports Fix with Stix and Announce Big Homie, and
straight up.
we fixed something else. Weird. Surprise, surprise. We're fixing
So
everything these days.
straight up. So what'll happen is, you know what I mean, they'll let the play call come in and the announcers won't say a damn thing until the play is over. And then they'll give the down distance, blah, 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 and then they'll shut the hell up again. Right. So they fixed that part. Dude, the product that's out on the field, man. Come on, what is up with these scores? You know what I'm saying? 10-3, 17-3.
Well,
I mean,
it's
look,
defense. It
the
seems like defense trounces. I mean, but the offensive play is not even close to to reasonable. I mean,
they're not
I
fooling
like I said,
nobody.
I've only got to see a few this weekend. We had it on the TV, but again, there's two things. It's retail, so we're busy, somewhat busy, and then second of all, the TV's a freaking antenna, right? But it seems like every time you look up, you see, some nonsense, like not even like close, like where the receiver drops it. It's more like way over their head or way out in front of them or way
See,
behind them. It's just, not good offensive football. So it's
that's what I'm
definitely
talking
a
about.
defensive game right now. And
Well,
the
that's
defense
who
is
has the
exciting.
advantage. That's who has the advantage. The
Definitely.
defense is already, their mission is to go out and stop. Now, if you are not on point and on schedule with the plays that you're calling and plus the execution of them plays, of course, the defense is about to look like they're stellar. Like there's an 85 Bears out this joint. Like they're the Legion of Boom out here. But that's not what's happening. It's like routine plays. You know what I'm saying? Routine plays are not being hit. Yeah, and so I don't know. They got to fix it's either I look at it. It's either two things. It's either the product and the talent that's going out on the field, or it's the play calling is not up to snuff enough to let the guys that you have shine. And it's probably 50-50 of both. But again, and I think it's another thing with they're not in the cities where they need to be in, to where it's a real fan or team advantage for with home and away. I don't know. They got a whole lot of work to do, and I hope if the NFL is in bed with the XFL when they put out their product, that they think about this a little bit clearer. Because what's going on out here, man, I would love to see what the actual television ratings is for this, because I can't get through a whole quarter of this.
Yeah,
This is
it's rough.
disgusting, bro. This is and they try to interview the dudes and try to get some personality so you know who you talking to, and or who you're watching, I should say. But that ain't helping, man. That ain't helping if the product out on the field is worse than when I watch a damn Mac football game on Friday or whatever day the Mac comes on. You know what I mean? The Mac teams be lighting
Thursday
it up.
night, yeah,
Hell
right.
yeah.
Friday
50,
night, yeah.
55 to 75. They don't give a damn. They out here slinging it, catching it. You know what I mean? They say F the defense, bro. They putting up points. Okay.
They're making
So
it
the
happen.
fact that you got all of this supposed defensive prowess out here means that these offenses are not running at full power, bro. They're just not. And that's just not a product that the homie is interested in looking at. If I put it below college ball, and I don't watch college ball like that unless it's a big name who I want to see, or a headline player. Come on, man. This is rough. This is
It's
rough,
rough.
man.
Well, like you referenced the XFL too coming out next year. It's going to be interesting to find out how their product works being with the NFL as well, and see what differences they come up with or how they're going to make this better, because right now
Talent, man.
doesn't look like the XFL is going to be how do you put out better product than what you got now? It's going to be similar players
Why
with the
wouldn't I have
same.
Johnny Manziel then? Why wouldn't I have T.O. then? Why wouldn't I have Ocho Cinco then? I mean, if this is what I'm putting on national televised TV in a good time slot. It ain't like they're getting a bum time spot. You know what I'm saying? Where
No, they got plenty of.
nobody's at home and nobody's watching TV. They getting good time. They got good time slots on these national television networks, and they're blowing it, bro. I guess they don't care. They get that advertising money, so they're not tripping. Long as they can hold up, do a Snoop Dogg Corona commercial or whatever. In the meantime, and get that money, they ain't tripping.
As long as they don't go bankrupt like the AAF, bad time for them. All right, homie. Well, I know like I said, I put out some tweets on Saturday night about this UFC fight that we didn't really talk about or get a chance to go down. But UFC 274 was wild, bro. I know hopefully you guys all tuned in or at least got to see some of it, but highlight of the night was the Michael Chandler field goal kick to the face of El Kukui Ferguson. So Tony Ferguson. So
upgrade,
that was wild. First round was solid fight. They were both going at it. Both landed exchanges. Second round came out. Boom. Kick to the face.
It's field goal. And it's good.
It was wow. It was the wow factor. And probably one of the crazy. I mean, he was out cold for a few minutes. It was wild, bro.
Like full connection.
Wild. Full connection. Solid. Right up the jaw and lights out. So the UFC never disappoints, like we always say. And that one was a good one. UFC 274 on Saturday night. If you haven't seen it, that's all over the place on Twitter and Instagram. So I'm sure you'll find it one way or another, but it was a wild night of fights. So good stuff there.
What happened to the chicks, man? That was the one I wanted to say. I heard the women had highlight matchup on there with a couple of notable women out here throwing hands. What happened to that one?
Oh, on the main card, that was the most brutal thing you've ever seen in your life. Usually Rose Namajunas, Thug Rose, badass,
That's
best
the
in the
name.
world.
Yeah.
Thug Rose usually throws some, puts on some good fights, but this fight against Carla Esparza was
she got knocked out.
What do you call it? It was a very technical fight. They both threw, I think, a combined like 51 significant strikes in the whole fight.
Oh, they're hugging and shit. Okay.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. They weren't even hugging. They were just staying away from each other. 67 significant strikes actually is what they threw. Just a bunch of little tappy leg kicks. Maybe a couple shots landed, but it was just a dance battle for 25 minutes. And then Thug Rose lost her belt in a decision to Carla Esparza. So we have a new champion. But yeah, there's a lot of talk about that on the internet as well. And a lot of the UFC, gurus, not myself. That's my guy Mark, who's the guru. But yeah, not a lot of people were were thrilled with that fight. And a lot of it was, I mean, I did not see it going that way at all. Even, I mean, with my novice UFC opinion, but I would have thought it would have been a lot more of a banger than what it turned out to be. I did not see it going that way. So they're getting a lot of guff for that fight for sure. So
okay,
we will see. We will see how that turns out. I don't know if they rematch in a couple months or whatever, but yeah, it was not pretty. And then they also had the championship fight was the Charles Oliveira, do Bronx, and Justin Gaethje, the highlight main event. That one was a good fight too. They were both landed in the first round, and then Oliveira submitted him in the second. So although Oliveira did lose his title because he did not make weight, he was a half a pound over, which I have a couple things about this too is wild because usually in the time a UFC fighter gets this half a pound and he's got an hour to come back to finish to get that half a pound gone.
Yeah.
Any wrestler, any UFC fighter, a half a pound is probably nothing to you. You go, shave it up, do some number twos, something to get going, and sweat it out in the sauna for an hour. You can lose a half a pound, especially when their body's acclimated to that, right? So he didn't even get to defend his title. He just lost it, vacated it, but he ended up winning. Charles Oliveira did. So it was a wild scene. I mean, there's lots of stories out there that they weigh in a couple times before they go out to the ring, and those scales were on, and they get out before they go out to the main stage, and then they get out to the main stage, and that scale was off a little bit, and then the scale was recalibrated the night before or some shit like that. But it's one of those, I mean, it's a scale for goodness sakes. How on point are those, right? And then there's also the saying of where lots of times the commissioner will like put it on a certain amount and then he'll just like tap it and then he'll be like, yeah, good to go. But this one was like looking at it and making sure it was on point.
Right. For whatever reason, he wanted to be sure precise.
It was legit. Yeah. Right on point of what the limit was. But anyways, Charles Oliveira is a bad dude, man. He's been, started out like, I don't know, something. He was like 10-8 when he started, or like 6-8 when he started his career. Now he's like 10-0 in his last 10. So he's a champion in my opinion, and we'll see what's next for him. But that kick from Michael Chandler was crazy. So y'all got to peep that out. Homie, I don't know what this was last Wednesday. I didn't know I was such a big football fan because the Sounders, they have to smack it down it to the Pumas. This was nuts, bro. I don't know if you got a chance to catch any of it or to catch up on all the stuff.
Nope.
However, it was a Mexican soccer team from Mexico, the Pumas. I don't even know
Mhm.
what their first name is. They are some dirty motherfuckers, yo. Dirty, dirty, dirty.
That's the game,
They
bro.
were there's no flying knees. No
Yeah, bro.
flying knees to
But
the
see, that's what
thighs
I'm saying.
in football.
You don't be watching Premier League and Bundesliga, and I mean, and neither do I, for that fact. Okay,
The
but
flying knees, though. There were some
yeah,
crazy flying
nah,
knees.
it's real out there. Why do you think that that the soccer flop is so big? Because all of this activity happens regularly. You know what I mean? They're out there really trying to get aggressive and be physical for a sport that's not really physical. So they're really trying to get an edge. And I think they be out there. They try to get people to get a little limp or get a little injury. You know what I mean, and knock them out of the game. I think that's a part of what they try to do out there. That's why the
Well,
flopping.
it worked because they got two of the guys.
Yep.
They got two of them out.
Yep. Yeah. I think that's
And
why the flopping is so prevalent because the refs are like, I don't even know if they called refs, but if that's what the refs are looking for before they card people. Yeah, your dude writhing around on the ground, faking his damn ass off. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, they throw up the card. This mission accomplished. But most of the time, a lot of that stuff is real.
Well, neither one of us have enough time in the day to be able to do this full time yet, but everybody's missing out on the fact that when Homie and Stix, and us big Homie and Stix, get a chance to actually dive in and dig into stuff that we could talk about, we have a lot more content for y'all. But like I said, on that night, dude, I actually watched the full match, the whole way. I usually, to be honest, I usually only watch like the World Cup or the Olympics, right? I'll watch those games, USA and all that, men's and women's. But however, watch the whole game, dude. That was a solid, fun match to watch, dude. The one of the goals where they passed it a couple times, like we were playing basketball or hockey, and you pass it around and you get the open shot, dude. I was stoked, super stoked. And I was like, oh, that was sick. That got me interested a lot more in soccer, by the way, by watching that game. But yeah, it was pretty wild, man. And congrats to the Seattle Sounders for pulling that off. It's crazy. What a match.
Soccer,
pretty awesome.
Soccer, aka football, is real. It's real similar to hockey in a way to where it seems like it's just like a bunch of random chaos happening. But when you actually see, like you saw, a play being made that looks organized, you go, aha, I see what the hell y'all out here trying to do on damn ice skates or running around nonstop on a field of grass. You see these plays and moves actually have happen, and it gives you a greater respect of what these dudes is really out here doing.
Yeah, no doubt. That was pretty freaking awesome in my opinion. I mean, I was super stoked, the corner kicks get you excited because you're always looking for that header or that heel kick coming out and all that.
Yeah.
And those damn goalies, man, stand on their head too. They might only get 2 or 3 saves a game, but when they do, they make it worth it. So as Homie referenced to, we talked a little bit, he brought in the hockey. Perfect segue, Homie, because that's what we should talk about next. First of all, if you want the real hockey news, you have to check out the Dr. Hockey Seg podcast. Dr. Hockey Podcast with Dr. Jay Culvert and Dr. Jason Berkeley. See, I get too excited, man, to throw out the name there. But yeah, those two, Dr. Jay Culvert and Dr. Jason Berkeley, the Dr. Hockey Podcast. Peep them out. They're dope. Tomorrow, homie, before we get into the playoffs, because I know you got some stuff to say about your NHL playoffs, bro. Tomorrow we find out what draft pick the Kraken get. Tuesday, 5:10. You'll have to let me know. I'm at the trap all day tomorrow, so I'll try to keep up, but we'll see what happens. What pick they get. I think they got a pretty good chance to get the one again like they did last year. So we'll see. They're definitely guaranteed a top 5.
Does NHL do like a lottery where they jumble the top 5 to give everybody even chances? Is that kind of what they do? I think that's
not even, but they got a certain percentage. Like, I haven't seen the percentages come up yet, but they're definitely guaranteed a top 5, I believe. And then, they have, I can't even say it. I I haven't seen anything updated recently, but I heard that it was definitely a high prior or a high top chance that they could get, one or two pretty significantly in this one again. So
Well,
we'll
again,
see.
I'm gonna say it again because y'all done heard me say it before. Remember, the S was not the worst team in the league. Okay, let me reiterate that for y'all. So it would be great to get the number one, but again, to not have the number one lets everybody know that a building process is happening. Ground floor, grassroots. We coming up.
And not to mention the fact that they literally have like 30 draft picks in the next 3 years with all the trades they made, with everybody they traded mid-season. They got like an average of 10 maybe each draft, and
They're gonna
they
be
they
all
have
right.
they have an idea of what they want to do. So it's interesting to see what happens here. So real quick, before we lead into some of the games, because I got to ask you a question about your Florida Panthers, homie.
Oh my God, that's all I want to talk about. Damn
For all you sports
punk
bettors out there, the overs are 18 and 10.
bastards.
18 and 10 so far in the playoffs. So the overs, homie, what do I always talk about? Would have took me all year to get there, but the overs are performing in the playoffs. So,
Uh,
10 and
and
2 in the last 2 days.
and that's
Would have
and
took
that's
me
with the
all
higher
year.
numbers. That's with the higher number too. Because
Yeah, because they played out.
at the beginning of the season, we was getting easy 5.5s and 6s, right? 6 was like,
Yep.
oh man, okay, let me think about this. But it was a standard 5.5. As we started getting to the back half of the season, we was looking at 6s, 6.5s, 7s. Okay, so for them to still be hitting the over shows you that scoring is up major in National Hockey League, man.
This
Led
is the
by
first.
led by the
What?
damn Florida Panthers who are throwing up a deuce right now. Oh my
Oh,
God.
no.
Hey, look,
What's that ticket you got, homie? What's that
I
ticket?
hey, I hold a plus. Man, I ain't got it on me, but I hold the.
270, I think, if I
I
remember
thought
correctly.
I think it's
210?
350 or something like that. No, it's like 350 or something like it's 350. Something makes me think it might have been 425, but anyway, I think it's 350 plus 325 or 350 or 425 or 350 for Panthers, who was the number one scoring team in the league all year. Okay, to make the cup, which means basically win the Eastern Conference. Man, damn Ovechkin and the dudes out there, they're out there getting it. Bob is over here. Okay. When I
They're
say
a wild
Bob,
card too, bro. How's
oh,
this so
come on,
close?
man. But see, that's the thing. The Caps always play the Panthers tough. Another team that plays the Panthers tough all the time, of course, is Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? And then Carolina is another team that plays the Panthers tough all the time, the Hurricanes. But I knew that this was going to be a bad matchup for my ticket when I saw the draw come out for the situation, man. And dude, Sergei Bobrovsky, man, is giving up ass. Okay, the Panthers made a big time trade at the end to bring in my man's whose name I'm forgetting right now. From Colorado is coming to me. Shit. Anyway, Claude, y'all
Lemieux?
know. Nah, man, not Claude Lemieux, man. Claude Gerard. No, maybe it's
Gerard.
Gerard. But anyway, yeah, and he's a heavyweight dude that they acquired from Colorado. So I'm like, oh, okay. So they're gonna add that to the highest scoring team in the league. This is automatic. I'm feeling real good about my ticket till this damn draw came out. And sure as shit, the damn Capitals and Alexander Ovechkin with no front teeth is out there giving the Panthers the business. And once again, the Panthers for their entire franchise, okay, you got it bad with the Mariners. Think about a hockey fan in South Florida who has never seen the Florida Panthers win a playoff series. And if they lose this one after being the number one scoring league, that would be like when the Mariners lost after 116. This is gonna be bad, bro. And I'm gonna
Well,
be
they're
pissed.
down.
I'm gonna be pissed off because I thought I had a good one.
And
Okay.
Florida's down 2-1 right now,
Yeah.
but the whole Eastern Conference plays tonight. So there'll be
Yeah.
plenty there'll be plenty of hockey to watch, and they better bounce back. So Hey, homie, this might be a good spot to go get that ticket for tonight to get this game, because they ain't going out like suckers. And after being the best team, one of the best teams in the NHL in 2021, your
I
Florida
mean,
Panthers
when
are
they
gonna make that
won,
move.
when
Double
they won,
down,
they
bro.
won five. They won 5-1. That's just what they do. They smoke people out. But when you're not getting the good goalie play, this dude Sergei Bobrovsky, man, affectionately known as Bob. Okay, whenever Bob throws up a deuce, man, it's just all bad. It just he looks real. When he looks bad, he looks real bad. And their number two, forget about it. Don't even put him out there. So that's what I'm saying. This is what you got at goalie. You got a sketchy ass Bob and a dude who you never want to put out there, who lost game two
So it's
for him.
it's ride or die with Bob then, huh?
That's it.
Ride or die.
That's it. So you got to basically, they've been having it all year is to outscore people. You should have seen. I remember when I first put you on, they was outscoring people 7-3. Okay,
Yep.
damn 8-5. You know what I'm saying? They were just outscoring people. There was a nobody that could outscore them, even if they were down. There was multiple times where they just would not. It would playing the damn Lightning. They'd be down 4-1, come back and win 6-4. You know what I mean?
Well,
So, but they're catching a brick right now. It's just looking real bad, man.
Well, that sounds like a hot overplay for tonight. I don't know what it's at right now, but if the Washington Gambling Commission would quit fucking around and make this app available no matter where you're at, then it'd probably produce a little bit more money for the state. I don't know. What do you think, you fucking clowns?
I mean, it ain't like we ain't never said it before. Right. It ain't like it hasn't been mentioned, brought up to the table.
How many more times?
Of the commission.
Tripping. Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I tweeted at those assholes and fucking told them to figure it out. Now I'm getting all fired up. See what happens, homie. Get me all fired up. But
that's what I was going to do.
Tonight might be the time to throw down that overplay, homie. If they're rolling like that, I don't know what it's at. Like probably 6.5, I'd imagine, after the other night.
Minus 135, 6.5.
That's not bad. Minus 135. I mean, 110 or 120 would probably obviously a little better, but that's wild. So there's your NHL playoffs, Eastern Conference, or no, there's a couple. 4 games tonight.
The Kings are, you got the Panthers, Caps tonight. You got the Rangers and the Penguins. I don't care, but Crosby's still out there doing it like he always does. I mean, look at what are they sitting at? 2-1 in that series over the Rangers. You got the Lange and the Preds going tonight. The Lange was the number 2 scoring team in the league. You can go over 6.5 minus 125. With them,
they're about
that
to close that out.
is a closeout. Oh yeah. Nashville ain't got nothing for them. And then the Flames, have been hot. What's the Flame series looking at right now with Calgary? Calgary,
where the hell is it at?
Oh, they're 2-1. Dallas is up on them 2-1, and this game is in Dallas. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. But Calgary is another one of those teams that that was in the
top echelon
10,
of the
top 10 overscores throughout the season. So damn.
And Dallas is another one of those, the other wild card team. They're a Western Conference wild card team.
Damn, Calgary go out like this. They some suckers, man. That's wild.
No Canadian team wants to lose to an American United States team.
Take the under 1P. Under 1P in Calgary, Dallas, under 1P is guaranteed. That'll hit tonight. And then look at the after the second quarter, play live. I'm telling you, that's the ticket.
Second after the second P, play live.
After the second period, play live.
On
the
Calgary,
under
Dallas.
Yep. Because say for instance the score is 1-1 after 2, right?
Yeah,
they're gonna set the line.
See goals.
They're gonna set the line at 3.5. So do you see two? Because they always do that for the third period. Do you see 2 quarters in the third period?
Yep.
That's all it is. and that's all it is. So that way you'll have to pay attention to the game flow though, because like I said, if it's 1-1, word up, I would take the under the 3.5 for the live total if it was me. You know what I mean? Because I was tracking when I was playing live. Third period goals is always at
But
plus 1.5.
In a closeout game, though, if it's 1-1, that's a tough one. You'd have to watch, like you said, see it. But in my opinion,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In a 1-1 closeout game, Dallas to Calgary, for example, like we're talking about right now, there's always the empty net challenge, baby. Like we talk about with the Kraken. I swear there was at least a dozen of those in the Kraken games too. You got to remember that. That's why they put it at 3.5 to tease you in there. Yeah, man, that's gonna be wild.
Florida over 3.5 goals tonight, though. They're gonna get back. They're gonna get their business back together. They're gonna score. Now, if they still lose, that I don't know. That's Bob's fault. But
I was gonna say they're gonna on blast. So
they're gonna score four goals tonight, minimum, guaranteed. They're gonna be back on their shit tonight.
Well, let's get Bob. Hopefully, Bob is listening to this for his pregame before he gets on the ice tonight. We get a little shout out to Bob and make it happen, Bob. Your offense is going to get you. You just got to keep your offense is going to get you some goals. So, Bob, make it happen. Just get, only give up 1 or 2 tonight and you're going to be solid because big homie just called out the offense of getting you 4. So you're all right. You're right, Big Bob. You can do this, Big Bob. I have faith in you too. I like that, homie. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, good. Homie. I like that. We're going to have to talk offline here. Might have to make a quick run to Snoqualmie or some shit here in a minute. I think I got time. What time are the games? 4 our time? 4:30? There's a couple. They play at, let's 4. See. Calgary does?
No, Calgary.
Florida.
Oh, that's 4:00.
Oh, yep. 4:00 our time. I don't know if I'm going to make it. But again, if Washington State Gambling Commission weren't such assholes, we could figure that out right now and go on it. But all right, on to the NBA. All right, homie. So I want to start off real quick with, we always talk about these stupid idiot fans. How many times do we have to talk about stupid idiot fans? Oh, I forgot to reference that before in the UFC. The UFC at UFC 274. They had a fan, some chick was like live streaming her shit. And she was like, oh, I'm going to run up there. So this chick and her friends, which obviously she needs new friends, right? Because who's going to, well, of course, we might antagonize each other and be like, yeah, hey, homie, why don't you run out on the 50-yard line and see what happens to your ass? And never be able to go back to another fan or never be able to go to another sporting event again in your life, right?
Yeah. No.
So this chick is sitting in the stands, and this is UFC related. We'll get to NBA in a second, but it goes to the fact that we're going to roll into the NBA seg. But she's sitting there live streaming. She waits a second, and it's at the end of a fight, I believe. And she wants to try to run up there and get in there. She makes the leap, and I've sat in these seats before when I was in Portland. Right on the entrance to where the fighters walk out, which was the greatest fucking night of my life. That was dope seeing a UFC event alive, by the way. She jumps over the rail, runs down, runs up, and then all you see is like the octagon security people standing there, and she gets like an offensive lineman blocking somebody. She tries to jump up, and the security guy just boom pushes her right down. Boom. Down. But anyways, idiots that try to do this shit, right? And shout out Will Smith for fucking everything up or whatever, but
right,
we'll see how that hacks. So in the Phoenix Dallas scenario, before we get into the NBA, have you seen that, homie? The Phoenix Suns had to escort this kid out. Literally, the kid looked like he was like 16 years old, 15. Yeah,
it's literally a kid. Yeah.
And is that his mom, like, ushering him out or whatever? Like, how does this happen? Like, somehow he put hands on Chris Paul's wife
Right.
family or something like that. I don't understand how they haven't seen any other footage other than them getting escorted out, but it just doesn't seem like these fans. I mean, we've all been young and dumb before, but I don't think in my wildest dreams I'd ever think about trying to escalate a situation at a sporting event and just be a dummy, running on the field, touching somebody in the stand. Well, maybe touching somebody in the stands, but not a player's family if you knew who they were, right? Like,
Well,
just all dumb to me.
it's not even that. I mean, it's just the person sitting next to me. I just got respect because I'm in here watching this game too. I don't know who that is. I don't care if that's Chris Paul's mama, his wife, his kids, or anything. They are patrons who rolled off through here as a spectator of this sport, just like I am. I wouldn't want them to ruin my time watching this sport. So if I'm this little dude's pops, or you know what I'm saying, man, look,
Whoever he's there with.
man, that's what I'm saying. Hey, me and this little dude is about to have problems. He ain't going nowhere in public ever again because see, that's the problem. Everybody forgot how to act.
You
Everybody for, everybody
as
forgot
homie,
how to act.
sorry, to cut you off, homie, but you're 100% right. Homie's called this out. How long ago, homie? You said this a year ago after everything started opening up.
Since people
Go
started trying to
on,
come back outside, yeah. Ever since
tell the
people started
people what
coming back
happens when you
outside,
let people out.
they don't. Nobody knows how to act no more. So you know what I mean. So you're trying to do the most. So you mix that with now, like I said, this dude looks like he might have been 16, 17, somewhere around in that frame. So he's already feeling himself. But I don't think that he's out here doing this to to blast up his Instagram or whatever the case may be. I just think it's a case of either bad parenting or a
Disrespect.
little dude who just don't know how to act. And his mom should have had like a nice little leash on him. And what happens when you let your kids wild out? That's exactly what happens. You don't know
Hey,
who you're talking to, right? You think that this is
right.
just Joe Schmo lady over here.
True.
Leader, little do you know, this Joe Schmo lady, you know what I'm saying, is the president of the Players Association's wife and Chris Paul and his mama and his family and whatnot. So therefore, what else is Mark Cuban and the staff of American Airlines Center supposed to do is expurgate your ass up out of here and probably put your name on the board in the break room as somebody as a persona non grata, do not enter, don't sell tickets to, blah blah blah. And that might mean maybe not just the little dude. I don't know how far they take it because I mean, I'm worried about a little dude buying tickets to see, you know what I'm saying, a concert or whatever in there.
He didn't buy those tickets though. His family
Exa-
bought those tickets. I mean, those
exactly.
tickets. How many damn thousands of dollars were those tickets if you're sitting front row behind the bench
It's
at
this it's corporate ticket money. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Those are
Hey,
seats that from somebody's business, pop somebody.
all I know is that brings me back to the days of where you get to pick the switch off of the rose bush and get your ass whooped. And
I mean, especially if I'm on the list. If I'm pops and all of a sudden they put my name on the list because I am the parent and guardian of this belligerent individual right here. You know what I mean? And they don't want me back up in here for a Stars game or another Mavericks game or the next concert when I probably do this in order to schmooze for business purposes.
right.
Oh my goodness, man! If this is Dallas, big business in Dallas and Texas, right? Oil business, all kind of stuff is going on out there. So if now I can't use my tickets or company tickets in order to smooth people to cut these deals, man, me and this little dude about to have problems. And see,
Oh yeah.
but see, that's what ends up happening. You just don't know who's who, and everybody feel like they can talk to everybody in any kind of way. And again, is there just a loss of respect that doesn't happen? Now that could be just me being washed, but I just know that when I was them ages, I just didn't have that level of disrespect for people. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't. That just wasn't even my style.
Nah, and nobody should have that level of disrespect. And I think you're 100% right, homie. I like how you said where you're sitting next to somebody in the game or at a game, at an event, you want um you want their excitement for the game and for you to have the same enjoyment throughout the whole game, right? Like if you're going to have a good time, you want them to have a good time, and just causing a ruckus in any aspect of it, no matter where you're at, what you're doing, is uncalled for and doesn't need to happen.
Yo,
And
I just thought of some. I just thought of some. The one
uh-oh.
time that I even remotely got close to that, and it wasn't even remotely close. So I'm in Toronto, and I'm watching a Leafs game, Leafs versus the Red Wings, years ago, right? And I'm there, and I'm
Yeah,
chopping it up with the
when you didn't even take your boy with you.
hey, I'm international homie, right? So I'm sitting over here chopping it up with the dude sitting next to me, right? So this is like one of those little breaks in the action where they have the women with that skate around and kind of get up the residual ice shavings. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of brushing the
Oh
residual
yeah,
ice
yeah.
shavings
Yep.
or whatever. So me and the other dudes are over here going, "Hey, look at that! Look at this!" You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was a single international homie at that time, so so I'm enjoying myself. You know what I mean? Hanging out with the cheerleaders, all that, right? So next to me, little did I know that there's a lady over here drinking Molson's to the face, was looking us dead in the mouth, and said, "Y'all are over here looking at women, you know what I'm saying, objectifying." I shut the hell up, okay? And I wasn't even disrespecting her. But in that moment, I just knew that this lady was looking at me crazy, and I was like, "Oh, that's not even the situation I'm trying to portray out here. I'm just trying to
She
enjoy
said that to
myself."
you?
Yeah, to all of us. She put her head. She went one of these. She did one of these down the aisle. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, hey, my
And
bad,
did she
man."
point her finger too and say like,
Nah,
you
nah,
guys?
no, because well, she could have with her big tall boy of Molson in her head. She could have, but she didn't. She was just like, her husband wasn't paying no attention, right? He was probably looking too. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't check
Hey,
him. She didn't
so
check him.
my question was, she fine though?
Nah, this was an old Canadian lady. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Yeah,
man.
she looked like she had stepped straight out the '80s, and she had just took off some leg warmers. That was the look that she had. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, the leg warmers underneath her boots. You know what I'm saying? She had the big ass duck boots. Yeah, it looked like she had just got finished shoveling inches of snow. That was the situation. You
So
know,
single I can't even say it. Single international anonymous big homie was respectful to the
yeah,
Canadian fan who said, "Hey, even though you didn't see it how she saw it and she saw it a different way, you were respectful to the fans of the event."
I had respect for her wanting to be a spectator of the game, less oogling of women. Okay, I
Right.
wasn't doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
As single international homie. You know what I'm saying? But in order for her to enjoy her game and not be sweating these four dudes down the aisle from her, you know what I'm saying, commenting and pointing, I said, "All right, we got to relax." You know what I mean? And see, and that's not even nothing close to what Lil Man did, but I'm just saying that's the closest I've ever got to somebody saying anything to me at a sporting event. You know what I'm saying? And that just was funny
Yeah.
because I don't know why that just popped in my head. But old girl was like, "Yo," you know what I'm saying? She had the finger down, like, I mean, she didn't have a
Well,
finger down, but she
you
just hit
probably
us
don't
with one of
really.
these though.
Yeah, she's like leaned
Oh
over
y'all.
and
She
said,
was like,
"Hey,
"Oh y'all."
y'all." Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with oodling and oddling over
If I didn't,
the
I wouldn't
ice
be on my
girls.
job. You know what I mean, yeah, what
Yeah,
I'm doing?
nothing wrong with
I'm a
that.
virile man out here. What I'm supposed to be doing?
Well,
Acting
now
like
you're
they
gonna
ain't
take it.
there?
Hey, I'm sure you'll be at a sporting event with me soon, and I'll be oodling, oddling all over.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
single. I'm the single Stix homie over here. Looking for that significant other someday in my life. You never know, it might happen. You can see. Maybe I'll get the
I tell
opposite
you.
version. Oh, you're oodling, oddling over those girls. Hey, how about you come have a beer with me over here? Oh, obviously, if she wasn't the married one or whatever, but
Right,
you
right,
know,
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah. You didn't want this old Canadian lady though.
nah, not that. Still a little disappointed that the anonymous international homie didn't take me to single international anonymous homie didn't take me to Toronto, because I know we talked about that too, by the way.
Dude, you wouldn't have did that. Man, I froze my damn ass off, man. You couldn't take gloves off or your fingers were gonna break. That's how cold it was. I'm talking about -20, bro. This is stupid. I don't even know what I was doing there. Okay. I don't even know what
in
I
the
was
middle
doing
of
there.
winter.
Yeah. I'm smart. I'm a genius. Let's go in November. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Oh man, I got off the damn subway. Okay, because I said, you know what, I'm about to do this the real way. I'm gonna take from the airport, I'm gonna get on the subway to the hotel. No cabs, no none of this. I want to see what's going on. I come out from underneath the ground, man. Had my gloves on. That wind was cold as shit, man. I'm bundled the hell up, and I said, "Wow!" I stepped right out, like in the middle of Toronto. I said, "Let me take my glove off. I'm gonna get a picture of the CN Tower in the background between the buildings." Damn, my hand didn't defrost just as fast as it took me to take a picture and put that damn glove back on. My hand didn't defrost until I got checked in, got up to my room, and ran that shit underwater. Bro, it was
Yeah, you're
cold
right.
as hell,
I'm
bro.
more. I'm a more of a warm weathered mammal. Take me to Vegas, Miami. We can go there. Arizona, Texas. I'll go there with you, homie. I ain't know about no Toronto in the middle of November. I ain't down with that. Uh
Yeah.
so hey, what do we got going on in the NBA playoffs? Again, I haven't been able to catch up on any of this too, which is obviously for reasons announced that I can control. But just a real quick betting fact for all you out there who
Yeah.
like to bet the NBA, which you can't really do the real fun bets. No FanDuel, no DraftKings. You can't
Right.
get those prop bets in and put a
Unavailable.
dollar in to win a fucking $1 million like all these other little assholes out there
Right.
because the Washington Gambling Commission's a bunch of douchebags and they don't fucking know what's going on. But so far it looks like the unders are 8-6 in this round, 30 or 8-6. Well, what am I doing here? 11-3 straight up this round, but only 9-5 against the spread. 41-16 straight up, and 34-23 against the spread overall. So home teams are 12-2 straight up in this round, and 36-21 as of right now. So what do we got for the 21-24 overall against the spread overall? And then the unders were 8-6 in this round. So 35-22 overall.
I can see that.
Basketball's rough, bro. Like, I don't know how
Yeah.
people do it. I don't know how people even attempt to play over unders or any of that in basketball. We saw it with the college when we were talking about that a little bit. It's ridiculous, dude. It is so hard. You have to be in tune and have to make sure that you are 100% invested in that. So I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even mess around with no NBA plays.
No,
Maybe
I never have.
Maybe in the finals when you could watch the one-on-one matchups for the whole series. Yeah,
Right.
that might be different. But what did it looks like Milwaukee. So what's tonight? We got Milwaukee, Boston tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We have Golden State and Memphis tonight. I think Jaw's out, isn't he? Out. They made sure he wasn't playing. He is for sure called out because I thought might have had a chance, but no.
No. As far as I saw that earlier they were saying he's likely to be out. So I don't know if he's going. You know, I mean, he's going to try to pull something.
Is that gamesmanship from Memphis though, saying hey, he's hurt playing, but he's going to make this miraculous comeback like flu game or something?
I don't know, man. I mean, if I was them. I mean, if he's legitimately hurt with this
Joel
supposed
Embiid
knee,
came back with a fucking broken orbital, dude.
bust in the face and came back. But that's what I'm saying. And we've seen, and that's the difference between the game in any sport now versus what it used to be. Back in the day, what did they say? You gutted it out. You know what I mean? You seen Isaiah Thomas limp to score 30 points versus the Lakers in the playoffs on a broke ankle, hopping around on one foot, stayed in the game, and his stuff was done, right? But he literally hopped around to 30 points and played a factor. Nowadays, if any of this stuff happened, everybody's out. Kawhi Leonard, I don't even know where he is. I don't think anyone knows where he is. No one knows if he's hurt or not. I don't even look at we forgot we was talking all of this about Ben Simmons, right? All year. Like, what's
Which
wrong with him?
who never played a damn
Yeah.
play all year, which I fucking told you all he wasn't going to play.
Well, yeah.
Well, you did too, by the
But
way.
everybody was worried about what's wrong with him. Do he got mental problems and blah blah blah? Is it his back? Is it his knees? Whatever. Dude, Kawhi Leonard ain't played for 2 years and ain't nobody asked no questions. I don't even know. He just won a title a couple years ago with Toronto, and nobody's seen him since. I don't even understand this. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different game. Like right now, if they don't want to play, they don't play. I don't care if it's for injury purposes or I don't feel right or the quote unquote new school personal reasons, right? And the NBA just condones all of this, and that's just that's why I think, to be honest with you, I think that's why old school heads don't like watching NBA no more. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
really they're passing the game along to new school cats because it's so far different than the game that we used to watch, even with Penny Hardaway, Iverson, Jordan, Kobe, at the tail end of Jordan. I'm talking about, right, when they were passing it on to Grant Hill, Kobe, Tim Duncan, and those players. It was still a physical style game, and it wasn't so ticky tack like it is now. Not to mention, I'm talking about fouling and refereeing, which is a whole totally different thing. But I'm telling you, these players in this, I'm just gonna sit out, or I just don't want to play. I want to be Kyrie Irving. I want to sit up here and investigate flat Earth theories in my off time instead of playing, since I'm still getting this millions and millions of dollar check. You know what I'm saying, for a game check every single time, regardless of what y'all doing. You know what I mean? So I think it's a different game, right? I seen the footage of his injury,
Okay,
right?
I was just gonna say I haven't seen the actual footage of. Well, I've seen footage, but I don't know if it's the actual one where he got hurt. And it's his hand, right?
No, this is one where he's being trapped at like half
Yeah,
court,
yeah.
and
Okay, so
and and a dude
what
like
is he hurt?
he well, I think it's a knee is what they're
Oh,
saying,
a knee.
because
Okay.
I think Jordan Poole like put a little leverage on the hip, kind of like a hand check,
Yeah.
but at the same time he grabbed his inner knee and like pulled it, did like one of these,
Oh, I
and it was
missed
like
it.
real
I've
slick.
watched it
It
like
was real
10 times.
slick.
I couldn't figure it out.
They're saying dude did it on purpose. Dude's being dirty, whatever. I don't give a
Right,
damn.
right.
Back in the day, Dennis Rodman would have been pulling all on your jersey. You know what I'm saying? Grabbing your booty. He would have been doing all kind of stuff. What you gonna do? Play the game, okay? So I don't know. And these dudes been beefing this whole series, okay? And this is one of my oversights. Is the Golden State Warriors are a serious monster, okay? And
You
everybody
said that
thought
before the tournament even started, homie.
we forget about Golden State, man. Golden State is Golden State, bro. And now they got two dudes. I talked about Andrew Wiggins, who had an All-Star season this year, but this dude Jordan Poole is playing on a whole nother level. Now it's like three Splash Brothers out there. He's out there scoring 30 points a game with Clay and with Steph. And Clay's not even fully back yet, but he still got that jumper. So when he ain't got the same, you know what I mean, same juice, that same fire, you know what I mean, but he still got it on the defensive end. But when he don't leave him open, because it's cash every single time. So, and that's one of this has been an intriguing series because dude took a hard foul on GP Junior
Yeah,
and
Dylan Brooks.
twisted him. Thank you, good call. Dylan Brooks took a hard foul on GP Junior. That looked like he was literally just going for the ball, whatever. But GP Junior's hurt. GP2 is hurt. Okay, he's out.
Yeah,
It's a wrap. Okay, so
yeah.
everything since then has been like, all the physicality has been blamed on that. And I don't think that's what it is. They're playing ball. Draymond is Draymond. So I'm in a matter. You heard me say Draymond is like what I was talking about with Dennis Rodman. He's going to do anything. He's going to irritate you and aggravate you to where you are thrown off of your game. And that is the mission. It's not only the physical play on the court, it's also the mental game of getting you off of your
100%.
spots. You know what I'm saying? So this Golden State squad, man, is not to be fooled with. Period. Okay.
Well,
Right
especially
now,
after you
they're
just
coming out
said,
the West. They're
was
coming
it
out the West.
Jordan Poole, like the insignificant hero that was never talked about, coming off, playing, balling up right now. In my opinion, if this is a 7 o'clock game time decision,
He gonna get out there.
Morant's gonna play, bro.
Yeah,
Morant's
yeah,
gonna play. He's not. You were talking earlier about these, how they take rest days and stuff. I know, Kawhi, LeBron, all those veteran players do that. And I think that this is a new generation of the younger talent, just like in baseball. We have a lot of young talent in baseball. But with Morant, Doncic, Giannis, still young, even though he's been in there a bit. But I mean, Embiid, coming out and making a play after, broken orbital bone, put on the mask and play. I think Morant is definitely young enough that he's going to be able to bounce back. Hey, of course it hurts the first night. You rub some dirt on it, you get out there and play. But you're right, dude. They need, and plus they need Morant to get this series. And Golden State isn't to be messed with. You don't want to go down 3-1 to these guys. They'll close it out in a heartbeat. So tonight's going to be a good game to check into, and I'm glad that I'm gonna have to peep out this little basketball tonight. So
yeah, and I think both games. So this is my second oversight. We talked about Golden State, and they're not to be trifled with at all. Period. But here's the other half of the tough. Okay. I don't know why the story is always still LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. Who else they throw out there as like the heads of those is pretty much the main three guys who are constantly in the storylines with everything. If you slip
go
for
ahead.
1 second and think that Giannis Antetokounmpo is not the best player in the league right damn now, this dude is like this generation's version of Shaq. You cannot stop him from doing anything. There's absolutely nothing that he cannot do when he wants to do it. Okay. This dude gets a little bit more of a jump shot, man. This dude is going to be the most dominating thing that we've ever seen since Shaquille O'Neal. Okay. And I slept. The Bucks are the defending champs, bro. Giannis is coming out the East. He is not playing. He don't care about nothing. And he just lost his secondary guy, Chris Middleton. I think he's done for the season. Okay. And he's playing with everybody else. Giannis don't care. He's going to grind. Giannis is old school in that way that he don't care. Remember last playoffs? Everybody thought he was done when he twisted his knee. He went out that game. He came right back the next game, dominated. Series over. Size me up for my ring. Where's my trophy? He doesn't play none of these games. He is always serious. The boy was serious in the All-Star game, okay? Giannis does not play around. Don't listen to what I'm telling you. The Celtics are going to give them a battle, and that battle is going to iron test Giannis for the rest of the playoffs. The Celtics are not going to beat the damn Bucks. It's just they're just not.
I don't know about that, homie. I think I'd put my money. I think this is going to go to 7.
They can't do nothing with Giannis, bro. There's nothing.
I think it'll go to 7. I just don't. I think that the offense and the defense, the offense from the Celtics with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are going to be a lot. And you got Marcus Smart, who almost got hurt early in the first. I think it was the first game where he hurt his shoulder, but he's back, and you know how he is on defense. I don't know who their bigs are or how their bigs are going to be able to handle on a Kupo, but this might be one of those 7-game series, bro. And if it comes down to 7, Boston will prevail with the offense that they have, because if your only offense is on Kupo, and that's, what Grayson Allen on that team?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. It could be a different series, but they're in. Where are they at tonight? Are they? Oh, they're at Milwaukee tonight. So you have to get this one. You have to get this one to figure it out, or it's going to be a wrap, just like it is with the. If it goes 2-2, it goes 7.
Yeah, man, I just don't see it, because I think that whatever the Bucks throw out there, playing defense versus Tatum and Brown is more than sufficient enough. There are 0 answers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. There are no answers, okay? There are no answers. You can't handle the truth, okay? This dude is undeniable, man. I watched one of these games, man, and the dude just puts his arms up and he's already at the rim, right? He's already dunking with just the ball in his hands with his arms up. And he is probably one of the most nimble cats that I've seen be that size since damn Ralph Sampson. And that's old. And half the people listening to this don't even know Ralph Sampson. Ralph Sampson was Kevin Garnett before there was a Kevin Garnett. Okay, if you get my drift. Okay, so Giannis is on a whole nother level. He's handling the ball. He's doing everything. So I think that, like I said, this is my word, is that, again, Boston is going to give them a run, but that run is what's going to push them all the way to the finals, because that's going to be their hardest opposition before they end up, because I don't know what is Philly going to come out of their side. Then they have to deal with Miami. Okay, because I don't know if Philly's going to be, if Philly, Miami, I don't know what's going to happen there. I mean, I really don't know,
Yeah,
because James
it's
Harden
tied up
and what's
2-2.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. Miami's supposed to be playing better than this as a 1 seed, but again, it's Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid is not to be trifled with neither. You know what I'm saying? He's just a big
Not if he's coming out
dude.
like fucking Mask Man or whatever
Yeah,
the hell he's got
and
on his face. He's
he's a
ready to
big
ball, man.
guy. Okay, I'm talking about big, like the body big. You can't do nothing with him neither, especially if he's out shooting Jays like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Shooting for three like it's nothing. So you have to account for that. You have to respect that. So, but yeah, man, like I said, and the Suns better watch the hell out for Luka Doncic, bro. The Suns better watch the hell out. This dude is doing everything by himself, his damn self too. But what he is doing, he is facilitating like I ain't seen in a good long time from a big dude. You know what I'm saying? And he's like one of the tallest dudes on their squad. If you look when they break huddle or come out, Luka's one of the biggest dudes on their squad, and he's handling and he's jumpers from everywhere, and he can penetrate and he's kicking. My man, I can't remember his name, Finney Smith. He was another one of those dudes. He went 6 for 6 from three. Those are the only shots he shot for 18 points. That's Luka getting somebody open. Okay. So the Suns need to watch out. I don't think the Suns are in danger, but I think they need to watch the hell out.
Well, that series is tied at 2-2 also, man. I thought, what didn't the Phoenix was up 2-0 if I remember
Yep.
correctly, right? And
Yep.
then who else was it? Miami was up 2-0
Miami
also,
was up
right?
2-0. Yeah.
So the number 1 seeds were up 2-0. Now both those games, those series are tied up, which is wild. And this is
Playoffs have started.
why. What's that?
The
Playoffs have
playoffs
started.
have
This is
started.
100% why I enjoy. Like it's hard for me to follow during the seasons, but during the regular season, because of all, like you just referenced to earlier, rest time and breaks, and all these guys don't want to play,
Yeah,
and they just think they
exactly.
just get into the playoffs and they're going to do all right, and all that stuff. So, once the playoffs start, it's more intriguing to me, and I enjoy it a lot more, and I'll watch it. However, I just need time for all that shit. So
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
all it is. I mean,
and you get the multiple devices rolling. We get that
yeah.
studio built in a nice big homie house. Woo! Out in the backyard, homie. You could buy a mini house for like, what was it, like 100 or like 100,000 from Home Depot or some shit like that. This isn't a sponsorship for them.
What?
But you buy me a mini house and put it in the backyard. I'll live there and I'll just turn it into a studio for you. We can put it right in the, backyard. We're good to go.
Wow, I got to get my property rezoned for multiple occupancy because of your ass.
Yeah, why not, bro? You ain't got much of a choice. There's some things happening in this world that we're gonna have to discuss. I don't know if right here's the right space to discuss it. That's why
I turned my crib into a group home.
A home for the less fortunate, homie. I'd like to describe it as that. So we'll get there. How about that?
Man.
But man, the basketball playoffs are in full effect. NBA full effect.
Yeah. I apologize,
after,
Giannis, man, for sleeping on you, man. I forgot that you out here, you know what I'm saying, holding the title, holding the damn trophy right now, and they got to go through you. You know what I mean? So keep your head down, nose to the grindstone, man. I want to see you defend your joint versus The damn Warriors, man. That's gonna be the one if that transpires.
The way too early predictions, bro. Like, I mean, not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying the way early predictions. Man, I don't know, bro. I think, man, tonight's gonna be fun because Memphis is gonna tie this up at 2-2. These games started out in the favor of the favorites winning the favorite of the seeding favorites
Yeah,
winning this series, right?
yeah.
Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in both divisions and conferences. So this is wild, dude. It's going to come down. I think all these games could go 6-7, and it's going to be fun to see how the NBA turns us up. So
This is another observation I had too about this NBA playoffs, the way it's currently standing. Listen to these places: Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Miami, Dallas, Phoenix, Memphis. Dude, come on, man. These are not the names that you're used to seeing. These are not the names you're used to hearing. This league is different now. There is parity out there, and forget all of this super team business. There are guys out there that are and uh, 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 organizations that are building squads from the ground floor. Dallas built from the ground floor with Luca. Philly, after years of losing, built from the ground floor. Yeah, they got James Harden, but whatever. Miami, ground floor after LeBron left. Boston, after the big three and all of that, from the ground floor up. Memphis, we know their story. Golden State, we know their ain't added nobody except for Kevin Durant a year ago and whatever and ushered him out. These is all teams built from the ground floor. No foolishness. No Lakers. No Knicks. No Nets. None of this foolishness that been in the news. This is a note for all of these fools out here trying to crack all of this news off and building all of these teams. Okay, this is a lesson right here for the league because that tripped me out when I really started paying attention to who's in this final. I looked at all of these teams was built from the ground up with no shenanigans, no headlines on first take. They're just out here building a squad.
I like it, homie. I like your take on that because you would know better than I would. And it makes a lot of sense because you don't have LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh in the championship in the finals, right?
Exactly.
You have all these teams that are building with these draft picks, young talent, just like in the MLB, like we're going to talk about here soon. Same thing, bro. It's a lot of younger guys in the NBA going to make a name for themselves and make it happen. And they don't need the super team or the big three or whatever the nonsense is that they did that did win those teams championships, right? But it's a different ball game now. So
yeah, I appreciate organizations going at it this route, man. Once I really looked at it, man, I'm like, all of these was built, bro. These wasn't formed. These was built. I like it.
100%. Hey, you want to talk a little NFL real quick before we get into MLB? Because there's just a couple things I want to throw out there.
Let me know what happened.
Interesting tidbit that I saw that I don't even know how this ranks for the travel schedule for all of the NFL, but
yeah.
The Seahawks will travel NFL high 29,466 miles this season and change time zones 34 times. The Pittsburgh Steelers will travel 6,442 miles and won't even leave the Eastern time zone.
Nowhere. They could be on the bus the whole time. They don't care.
How crazy is that, dude? I know they're going to Germany. So the Seahawks going to Germany. So I don't know how many miles that is. But they always talk about the Seahawks having the wildest travel schedule anyways. Yeah. And I guess if it's any better year to have a wild travel schedule, this is probably the year to see how that works out for us. But that is just 23,000. Is it 23,000 more miles than the Steelers are going to travel?
Yeah, that's wild, bro. I mean, but you know,
at 34 different time zones.
Yeah. When we looked at the schedule makeup last year, and we were looking at how what teams play or what divisions slate to play other divisions that are in the opposite conference. You know, it's a kind of like one of those things where you get tossed up. So like if the Seahawks mess around and they get the AFC East this year and end up playing the Patriots and the Dolphins and the Jets. I don't know how the schedule's going to work out, but that would cause for them to travel the farthest just to play those games because you're going
Right.
from one full coast to the other coast. But yeah. That's a crazy disparity right there. They got that good Jacksonville Jaguars treatment where you got to go overseas, you know what I mean, and do it like that. But I think that'll be. I mean, hey, if you get a Munich game, given what this team has, you know, that will turn out to be as far as what the roster is going to look like, and you get a prime time international Munich game, man, that'll be good. That'll be good for the Seahawks, I think. Yeah, I mean, to be able to build that up and market the squad because you're going to be the one, you're going to be the marquee game on because this is not like it's London. You know what I mean? Because you're another couple time zones in than London, so they're gonna have to make that game the night game, and they'll play it in the morning over there, and it'll be our night game. Like I don't know, I don't
I
sound
think I
it'll
thought it was
turn out.
opposite. I thought it was going to be an early one again.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning our time Pacific when they play in London.
Yeah, so I thought that would
You
be.
got a couple more time zones.
I
They're
don't know.
not
You
playing
know
that
me.
at 4 o'clock in
I'm
the
I'm
morning.
not I'm not Stix international homie like you,
Well,
homie.
I mean, they might. I mean, they might make it the 1 o'clock or noon game, and then
Our
play
time?
it. Yeah, and then play it in the evening over there. I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we'll have to
Yeah,
check
that'll.
that out on the time because it's got to be up. I think they're doing schedules this week for the NFL
Yeah, there's
to
something supposed
see.
to be announced tomorrow. I don't know if it's
Yeah, I know.
the
Yeah,
draft or the
it's
schedule. I can't remember which one it was.
yeah because they did
Change it.
they just posted something about two Monday night games in week 2. So
Hmm.
week 2, they're kind of like doing it sporadic throughout the week, I guess. But anyways, they're nonsense that they're going. So um, that's the NFL for you. They're going to try to own the headlines while they can,
Yeah.
since there's nothing else going on. Um, Nick Foles, free agent. Did you see that, homie? I know we talked a little bit about
You
this
want them?
with Barcott last week. No, I want Drew Lock, baby. I'm all
No,
in
that's what
on
I'm
Drew
saying.
Lock.
That's what I'm saying. You got to do what you got to do, man. Yeah, Nick
With
Foles
the
is a free
game
agent.
plan,
Yeah,
with the
Nick Foles is
game
a free agent. What else is he supposed to be? Is he supposed to be on somebody's roster if Josh Rosen ain't on somebody's roster just because he won a fill-in Super Bowl for somebody? No. Mm-mm. No.
I don't know. I just wanted to see if you had excuse me, if you had any observations of where this guy could go. I mean, what teams we haven't had a chance to dive in and see what teams actually need a quarterback right now. I know Houston probably needs one.
No,
Um,
they don't. They got Davis Mills. They're good.
oh yeah. Our boy Davis Mills. You
Yeah,
know,
they're good.
we even talked about him last year. What did he throw? 300-yard 5 games that he started, like
Yeah,
300
come on,
yard
man.
games each one.
Yeah, come on, man.
So
If the Falcons are willing to, you know what I'm saying, they're willing to go back in time and give Marcus Mariota another shot at number one, Nick Foles ain't getting a shot, bro. Nick Foles not getting it. If Mitchell Trubisky, excuse me, if Mitchell Trubisky can get another revamped shot at being a starter after being a top 3 pick, there ain't no spots for Nick Foles, man. There's no spots for Nick Foles, man. It just ain't. Mac Jones ain't going nowhere. Tua's not going nowhere. Damn it, to believe it or not, you think I'm bullshitting? Sam Darnold ain't going nowhere. Okay, that's just the fact of the matter. Now next year, okay, it might be tank for Bryce Young. Okay, this season might the narrative for this season might become tank for Bryce Young.
yeah, it's going to be interesting NFL season to see what happens because there were a couple of those quarterbacks that got a little bit chip on their shoulders to see what they're made of that are coming into camp. And then, man, you know, we talk about, you know, Pete Carroll's philosophy of running the football, right? And
back at it.
dude, I just saw Nick Chubb squat like 675 pounds or some bullshit like that, bro. How does a bar even hold that much weight? A 45-pound bar hold 675 pounds of weight. And I don't care if Deshaun Watson's a quarterback, Baker Mayfield's a quarterback, or Anas Big Homie's a quarterback. Just give that dude the fucking football and let him run all day.
If he ain't hurt. So he had one stellar top line year, undeniable. And then he's hurt just like the rest of their squad. So he's got to come back and put some numbers up on the board. You know who else needs to come back and put some numbers on the damn board? Saquon Barkley's got to come back and put some damn numbers on the board.
Saquon Barkley,
okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Christian McCaffrey got to come back and put some damn numbers up on the board. These are all names.
Done.
These are, yeah, well, it might be, but these are all names that are dudes who just 2 years ago was your guys. And now look what happened.
But and a lot of that
nobody left but King Henry still running over people.
King Henry, yeah. Well, I think, you know, Rudy would tell us, the Cleveland Browns aficionado, the game plan for the Browns was always trash. I mean, even in the was it the playoffs where you had, or no, the last game of the season last year, where you had the opportunity to give Chubb the ball more times than not. He didn't even touch the ball like, what, 15 times maybe in that final game. I think it was against the Steelers. And you didn't even give the play calling that chance. And that's just, Chubb's got to be your workhorse. You got Chubb and Hunt back there if you're going to switch them up. But
no,
if any team has the game plan to run the ball all the time, that would be them.
Hey, but you can't do it. That's just not the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Why
we're gonna
not?
find out. We're gonna find out this year, because I'm not paying all of these wide receivers double-digit millions of dollars in order for them to just be
let alone their quarterback.
Yeah, they're not. They're not overpaid decoys. They're not overpaid decoys. I'm not doing that. So you're gonna see that all of the running games and all of this, the teams that are still out here trying to 3-yard and cloud of dust people, you know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh, if they're still up to them shenanigans, if the Seahawks are still up to them shenanigans, if the Browns still want to be up to them shenanigans, you're going to find out what happened to them, because people don't play that no more. They're not playing that. Do you know what the passing game is? The passing game is the screen, is the wide receiver screen, bro. Now, if you don't have a Hollywood Brown, a Cooper Kupp, a Tyreek Hill, a damn Jamar Chase, you don't have one of them dudes doing that, a Bobby Trees, you lost, bro. You're lost, because you're just handing it off to a dude who's already 7 yards in deficit, when what we're doing is we're giving the ball to the playmaker in space with blocking already set up. I'm tell you, but the Seahawks did get a good one. If they want to run a damn ball, man, this dude from Michigan State wasn't playing. He was a league leader in yards and rushing, and won all the damn awards. So if you want to get a guy to do it, that's the dude that's ready to do it. Now, what is that old line? Is the one drafted old lineman? Is that what's going to get these holes open? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, so you got to get that O line, and like I said, the mission for the Seahawks need to be starting from the inside out. They need a defensive line, offensive line. Get through this year, get everybody some reps, and then go get you some playmakers. Yeah, if DK Metcalf don't blow up the squad first.
We're not going to get into that yet. We got to get into some baseball, but the Seahawks. Hey, what I say about Russell Wilson, I think I said this 2 weeks ago when we talked about it. I said Russell Wilson wasn't going anywhere, right? I say DK Metcalf isn't going anywhere, right? Maybe I can go 50-50 on this one. 1 for 2. I'll take a 50% on this, that I was right once and wrong once.
This dude Russell Wilson out here living his best life.
Yeah. The Seahawks.
He act like he's been waiting to leave, boy.
Dude, he is too. The Seahawks got two. They got what, two offensive linemen? Yeah, they
They
got
did.
Charles Cross from Mississippi State and then Abraham Lucas from Washington State. So we will see how those boys work out, man. Young, big. Dwayne Brown's still out there unsigned. I don't think they're going to bring him back. So, Seahawks want to do what they want to do. They got the Pete Carroll philosophy rolling in. So we will see. All right, homie. Well, all signs point to, let's go to a little MLB action. You like this, homie? See? I'm ready.
Oh, man, you better go with that Louisville, bro. Yeah, you gotta stop playing around. Yeah.
Hey, man, this is the Rawlings made in the USA.
So you're trying to say that Louisville, Kentucky is not the USA? Are you disrespecting Louisville or what?
No, this says the Rawlings made in the USA. I can't even say the name of it, and I'm a baseball guy. Model.
Shinjuchu.
Right here. Show you.
Adirondack.
I had a couple homers with this bad boy.
Okay.
And look at it. It's got still fully intact.
Because, no pine tar. Okay, I see you.
I no pine tar yet. I had to keep it intact because hit that solid. Yeah, no homers were hit with this bad boy. I
was about to say, because you ain't got no grip on there or nothing. No tape.
No, I was 127 pounds in high school, bro. I ain't no homers. Although I did hit one, the first one of the season. The wind was blowing about 47 miles an hour, but it got out. So
take what you can get.
Hey,
wind aided.
Shout out to the 25 years ago. But all right, homie. Hey, before we get started, speaking of baseball and wind aided, because I need a lot of wind aid on my my golf shots when we're playing in a tournament. So we got to give a shout out to Trent and Danny Henderson. They're Always Having Fun Foundation. Annual golf tournament is July 30th at Washington National Golf Club in Auburn. Awesome golf course, y'all. Go to alwayshavingfunfoundation.org for more info or to just donate to Angel Man Syndrome. Homie Anonymous and I, homie_anonymous on Twitter, and I will be there along with my boy Corey. Stadden will be there, and a TBD player to be named later. Mm-hmm. So, or was it TBD, to be determined, player to be named later, PLTL, player to be. All right. Oh, I forgot the B, homie. You gotta fix me. You gotta help me out on that. But yeah, dude, that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna go hit some golf balls, make some money for some charity, and have a good time. So let's talk a little baseball, homie. We got the Rawlings Adirondack out here in full display.
Mm-hmm.
I know you
getting punched out by umpires on the high and outside.
See, you missed it. Yeah, last week Aaron Barcott and I kind of brought that into
I know y'all talked about the Kyle Schwarber. Did y'all do the Kyle Schwarber dance?
We did
not. You missing high. You missing low. You missing outside. You missing inside.
He was fired up, and you're not wrong, bro. You are not wrong. Those calls were terrible. Well, and we talked about the Julio Rodriguez getting calls against him in the same aspect that Kyle Schwarber was getting it. So it's not just a rookie thing. It's not just a veteran thing. It's just the umpiring is bad, right, homie? I mean, in all aspects, it really is.
What are we doing? We only need umps in the field, bro, to call outs.
No, we do not need that. Dude, we do not need that. We discussed this a long time.
No, you're washed, bro. I'm telling you, the only way that you can call the game fair down the middle is to give me an auto zone to where, and I ain't talking about the auto parts store. You know what I'm saying? I need an auto zone to where I know when I get into the cage and I'm constructing my swing, I know where I need to be focused at and not just this judgment called bullshit. I'm not down with that at all. I mean, over through the years, it was like, oh, yeah, human error is worked into the game. Where else do we accept human error as just being cool and you just live with it? You know what?
Isn't
Hey, I got this doctor telling me I got a terminal cancer. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they said, hey, I'm just gonna live with it. Oh well, you know what I'm saying? No, that's not even how things get down. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it works. Okay, you think that if Denny Hamlin or any of these dudes pit crews was like, you know what? I think that this lug nut is tied on tight. That's just my judgment. I think that this is fine. Let's go. No, and wheels flying all over the place. No, there's nowhere else in the world where
But you're
we
not going
accept.
to make an automated wheel change in NASCAR. You're not going to make an automated decision. You're not going to have
Yeah,
a
well,
robot do your surgery. Well, you might sooner or later,
I mean, yeah,
but you're not going to have a robot do your surgery right now if you need a life-changing experience. And I'm not saying that baseball is a life-changing experience, but you don't want a automated strike zone. There's wrong too. We just saw it in the UFC with the scale being a half a pound off. That's
fuck all of that.
basically an automated thing. It's the same fucking thing, homie. It's a
No, what do
digital
you mean?
scale or it's a scale with the little devices that do it. It's the same thing. Nobody wants to see an automated strike zone where it's a square on there to tell you if
You
it's a
just
strike
want
or
some.
not.
You just need somebody to blame. Everybody, see, that's what I'm saying. The people that like this idea, you just love the the shit talk
You're
that you
still
can
gonna
give a ump.
blame.
That you just
You're
want the
still
shit
gonna
talk that you can
blame.
give a ump.
There's still gonna be somebody in control of the automated strike zone.
No,
Is
it's
there
not.
not?
No, it's not. It's gonna be there and it's gonna calculate balls into the zone. That's it. Okay. Now, if I'm
There's still
sitting
going to be
there,
somebody relaying the message to the umpire
no,
to say strike or ball.
it just comes up on the thing. It's a strike. There's none of this
Nobody's going to be
relaying any.
looking.
No,
Nobody's going to be looking at behind a thing or having another when you're live at a game.
what do you
Who wants
mean?
to look somewhere else to see if it's a ball or a strike when you're watching the game on the field?
So what are you telling me that these players are not looking at the shot clock? Okay.
There's a umpire behind the catcher to still signal balls or strikes.
No, it should just be a light.
Yes.
It should be just a light back there at the
So
backstop.
you're telling me that if you're a batter, you have to look behind you to say that's a strike or a ball, or you have to look out to the thing to see
Yep.
if there's a strike. You're
I,
taking the
th-
focus. You're
there's a
taking
way
the
that they could
focus
do it.
off the hitter. You're
There's a
taking the
way to
focus
do it.
off the pitching to decide if it's a ball or a strike. When you're at
What are we
bat
doing
or
right
you're a
now?
pitcher, when you're at bat or you're a pitcher, you are listening, you are hearing that ball or strike call, and you are seeing it with your own two eyes right there, but you're hearing it from the umpire, ball or strike. So you're telling me that you want people, you want a player you want your favorite player, you want Trey Turner or you want Clayton Kershaw to be able to not focus on the pitch every time. You want him to be able to you want him to have to look out to center field to see if it's a strike. You want Clayton Kershaw to look behind the backstop to see if it's a strike or not.
There's a better way. I haven't fully
Oh,
thought about all of the details and way that you institute the program, but I'm talking about accurately calling balls and strikes. That's all I'm talking about. Now,
well, I'm not talking about accurately. I'm
how
talking
you
about the
announce it to the
real.
fans and how you announce it to the players and all of that. That's all. I don't give shit how y'all go about doing that. But all I'm saying is if a ball is clearly outside the zone and I get punched out looking, right, I shouldn't be happy about this, right? Because if it was clearly outside of the slotted zone, I'm still going to be in there for the next pitch. I don't know how they instituted. I haven't put a lot of thought into it yet. But all I'm saying is if all of a sudden you had a rash of NBA referees who were calling 3-point shots with dudes with their foot on the line, all of a sudden this was a huge problem, right? All of a sudden nobody's paying attention to people's feet behind, and everybody's just getting a three just because they're close. I guarantee you that damn strip would be touch sensitive in no time. Okay, to where they would have it worked out. Okay,
They
I'm
already
just
they
all
already replay that though. They already can look at it. Even if you go to a quarter, even if you end a
they go.
quarter,
Yeah,
they go back and look at it. So that's a little different, homie. I think you're stretching a little bit
no, all I'm saying
because
is the accuracy. I'm saying if there was a rash of if a rash of issues, which there seems to be, because these dudes, Blue want to be famous. Apparently, Blue been wanting to be famous forever since they done had all of the demonstrative punch outs. Okay, since the '80s. You know what I'm saying? With the, you know what I'm saying? The heavyweight.
facts.
Blue been wanting to be famous forever. Okay, so that's all it is. Now, if you don't have, if I'm Major League Baseball and I don't have a method by which, just like in the NFL, by which they grade these referees on accuracy of calls, if I don't have that, and I'm just throwing Angel Hernandez out there every now and then, or Cowboy Joe West out there all the time, you know what I'm saying, left and right, just because that's all I got, man, you better go get somebody else, okay? To because you're messing up the integrity of the game. If I'm a player and I just keep getting punched out on shit that's way too inside or way visibly outside to everybody to where it's on ESPN, so it's the first thing they talk about on First Take, or it's all over social because these calls and people got memes of all of these calls that are way outside and people getting punched out. This is now you're messing with the outcome of the game. And that should not be allowed in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, again, I have no idea how you institute it, but all I'm saying is take that human failure element out of it because you can't balls and strikes. You can't go back like we were just talking about with the and go back after the fact and review whether this ball was a strike and get dude back up here after I'd already punched
Right.
him
Say,
out.
hey, come back real quick.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't do that with baseball. There's got to be continuity with the batting. But you can do that. You can go run a challenge or something on safer out at first base or at any base. You could do that. They got to figure out a way to where they can do this to where you take that human error element out because I don't know if
But that's
they have percentages of all of these bad calls. If they feel like these are acceptable percentages to take and they just like having a dude back there who's the judge and jury on whether or not I'm punched out or not, that's just what it is then. I'm not
well,
a fan
I'd
of it.
like to I you're not a fan of what?
I'm not a fan of having a dude back there, you know what I'm saying, because he can't see or because he got axe to grind against our club for years or whatever the
All
case
right.
it
Yeah,
may
yeah,
be.
yeah.
All I'm saying is it should be accurately called. I shouldn't have to get up in the morning and watch morning sports television and watch another
Well, you're
making
gonna
another
get
bad
that
call
either
or the
way with
same
the
making the same bad calls over and over.
you're
That's all I'm
okay.
saying.
Okay, I agree with the same bad calls over and over. You're gonna get that either way with the digital strike zone because somehow they're gonna have to implement a device into the baseball to make sure it's 100% accurate, and they're not going to do that. And you're not going to be able to get a perfectionist style from an automated strike zone with the little box and all that stuff. But the one thing I agree with you, first of all, that digital strike zone is trash, like I said, and I don't agree with you at all on that. But you have to hold the umpires accountable for what they are calling and doing it, right?
Do that, yeah.
And they're not going to make 100% of the calls. But you have to remember that it is not just going against the batter all the time. It is going against the pitcher as well.
Yeah.
So it works out evenly, in my opinion, probably 50-50. I don't know about that, but it just works out. In a day, in a range of 9 innings, you're gonna get it. You can follow on Twitter. You can see there's a couple umpire handles that follow these umpires and give you how the game went with the current game. So that's good to know on that and see how it actually works out. But at the same time, in the whole aspect of it is the whole umpire accountability. You referenced Joe West or Angel Hernandez, sorry, and Joe West, but Angel Hernandez, has missed 2,600 balls and strikes calls in the last 7 years, right? And I wish I was lying, but I saw that stat. The only reason he's still an umpire right now is because he attempted to sue MLB for never participating in the World Series. So he almost has them on a leash, so to speak, where he has to have a job,
situation.
right?
Yeah, it's the old HR
the
situation.
HR situation.
You can't
right?
fire him until the investigation comes down.
Oh, I have I'm gonna have to find this. I have the greatest thing ever that I've ever heard. You watch Deadliest Catch?
No.
You ever seen Deadliest Catch?
I've seen it, yeah.
Well, this is
you just took a hard left turn.
Yeah, but this is it has to do with HR. Let's see if you can hear this. Can you hear this right now?
Yeah. It's kind of garbled though.
So you couldn't even hear it?
Yeah, it probably came across like my damn John Clayton clip, probably.
Damn, I'll have to see if I can.
Yeah, we got to figure that situation
fire that
out.
out.
How
but
we
the
jack
HR
that into
situation is like how if MLB wants to implement this into the game, how are you going to implement it? And Anon's big homie and I don't have all the solutions for this one. We could probably figure it out like we do for everything else, right?
I'm pretty sure I could.
But yeah, whether we agree on it might be a different thing. But yeah, I just don't like the automated strike zone, bro. Don't like it at all. I'd rather see them call it straight up. So
I don't know why, man. That's the easiest thing in the world. That would be like you're saying when the NFL said we're gonna let you challenge defensive PI. They found out that shit doesn't work. It stalls the game out, and it doesn't really work that well. What the referee's judgment in that situation generally is right. So there's no need to be able to challenge a defensive PI, right? In this situation, the rule should be the rule. Okay. Ever since it was T-ball, the ball is sitting on the thing. I can't grab the ball and throw it up myself and hit it. Okay, just because I can. It's on the tee. Then you come up to Little League, they call balls and strikes. Balls and strikes is consistently called, and you know what they are year after year because you know what to swing at and what not to swing at. That's just what you were taught. So now all of a sudden you basically teaching everybody that they got to be damn Vladimir Guerrero out here. You know what I'm saying? Just swing at anything and everything because I don't know if I'm going to be punched out or not because it's the pitcher's job, yes, to cause that shadow of a doubt because they're manipulating the umpire. You're absolutely right. They're manipulating the umpire by painting the black. That's their job. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're supposed to do. But they're also trying to get you to chase. So if I don't chase, you know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to position their stuff to set me up, right? Pitch 1
100%.
Here. Pitch 1, pitch 2 here. You know what I'm saying? You come inside on somebody in order to set them up for that slider on the outside. That's what you're trying to do. If I don't fall for it, I shouldn't be punched out because this dude don't know what the hell he's doing. Okay.
So I had this conversation. I had this conversation with Barcott last week, and I don't know if you had a chance to check it out, but I saw this from Ben Verlander from Fox Sports, and he was suggesting a appeal system, right?
Oh
And
my
so was
God.
Justin Verlander. So exactly what you're just talking about, homie. So how do you feel about, okay, let's say you get a
That
called
ain't gonna
third
work.
strike on you, and you want to appeal it that wasn't a strike. Do you get a chance to take that back? But on the other side of the way, does a pitcher get a chance to appeal a strike call if it's called a ball? So what do you feel about that? Would you my take is no, I don't like it at all. I think I'd stick with the same circumstances of ball strikes called, but it's still going to be the same thing. If that's still an issue with a digital strike zone, it's the same thing. It's going to have to be able, there's still going to be a something to think about. Well, are the batters going to be able to appeal a digital strike zone, or are they going to not be able to appeal a digital strike zone, as well as the pitcher doing the same thing?
Yeah. Just like a foul ball down the line. Okay. They know whether that ball on replay landed in or out. It's over. Conversation's over. Like I said, I think your issue is with the institution of it, because I think that it would actually speed the game up if what I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the reporting situation would look like, but if I'm a dude that works fast, who's a notorious dude that worked fast? Mark Burley, right? You remember him, play for the
Yep.
White Sox. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? I
yep.
think he had a no hitter, perfect game, something like this. But he works like this. Okay. Now, you don't want nothing like that to mess up his work and the way that he operates, right?
The
So
same thing with the digital strike zone.
but that's what I'm saying. I don't know. You would have to get it to report in the same way. You don't want to mess up how the same time that it takes for the pitcher to receive the ball back from the catcher, go through his situation, getting his signs and all of that. You don't want to be still waiting for the call on the last ball and strike. I get you. I feel
Right.
you. Right? It's got to be like whatever it is, it's got to be instant, but it's got to be cut and dry to where it's the pitcher knows what it is, okay, and the hitter knows what it is, and it's the same for everybody. That's all I'm saying. If they're gonna do it, it has to be the same for everybody, because the pitcher's job is to fool the hitter. So they're gonna work the angles like we talked about. But if it's in, if I'm what I'm concerned about is I'm looking because I think it's outside or I think it's inside, and I'm still sitting here with the bat on my shoulder, and now I'm walking back to the damn dugout because they just made a judgment call, right? I ain't talking about swinging. Who cares, right? I'm swinging. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or a tip or a foul. That's all cut and dry. I'm just talking about straight laced. I'm sitting here with the bat on my shoulder, still the ball goes through. Was that legitimately a ball or was it legitimately a damn strike? And that's what the hell I need to know without the foolishness of somebody making these bad judgment calls. And again, if it's just this one guy and he's caught up in an HR issue, they need to have situations to where they're pull some dudes up from the minor leagues. They know how to call balls and strikes. And you know what I'm saying? Or don't, you know what I'm saying? Because of people's track record, just say, hey, this is your review. You ain't good at this, bro. Okay. So maybe we don't fire you, but on your crew, you just don't work the plate. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. You have to
I
have like a certain level of rank to work the plate then. Because
I
if
feel
I'm a
it.
hitter, and or a pitcher, I need to be able to trust that I'm out here getting calls that are, you know what I'm saying, straight down the middle.
Yep.
Right? It ain't for me and it ain't for him. It's what the call is. And that's what I think everybody's losing it because they think that clearly there's some shenanigans going on. This is not just I had something in my eye or I made a bad call this time. It's you. You are the same dude who did this, that, and the other thing all these other times. Or you get a rash of bad calls. And like I said, that's what I think. The institution needs to be worked out. But I think that the game would be better served to people that are younger than us if they could just speed the damn thing up and just go boom, 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 and make the call. I'm telling you, it would go a whole lot easier, I think, and be more attractive to, because again, we still have to make the game attractive to people that are not our age. And that's who's not watching the game no more. You know what I'm saying? We can't put ball pits in center field. We can't put gators, you know what I'm saying, at shortstop. You know what I'm saying? We can't do nothing fun like that.
No roller derby style.
Yeah, we can't institute tackling. You know what I'm saying? We can't make the game more fun in that frame, but we gotta at least keep the pastime pure. And I think, you know what I'm saying, what's
Let
happening is people are going away from it because they're looking at, they can't even get this damn shit right.
let me close it. Let me close this out. Close out this topic of balls and strikes with this. You're not going to get any better in the professional level. You're not going to get better umpires in the professional level when you have an automated strike zone and a 20-second batter's box clock
Yeah.
in the minor leagues to get the professional better, but to professional umpires better. You're not going to get anybody coming up from the ranks to make it better, in my opinion. All right, homie. So let's talk a little baseball. Let's talk Mariners because they are America's team, and we are 13-16 right now. So that means I only need 87 more wins. It's like a 645 winning percentage over the rest of the year to get to the 100 wins that they're going to eclipse.
Way too far ahead.
Last year at this time, they were 16-13. So they were 3 games above 500 at this time. Yeah, a lot of work to do. Did you see the George Kirby start yesterday, homie?
The dude that they pulled up after they dropped the other guy.
Yeah, after
No,
Matt.
I didn't see him, but I went to see if I could find some stats since he's supposed to be the hot guy, and
Well,
apparently he's got like this killer command. I wanted to kind of see some clips on him. I couldn't find anything.
well, he looked really good. He had I think he went 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 4 hits. The guy that he replaced was Matt Brash. I talked a little bit about him last week with Aaron, and Brash just can't. I mean, he has good stuff too. He just can't.
No control.
He just can't control the strike zone. I mean, he's throwing the ball 97, 98 there, here and there, but it's like all over the place, right? Yeah. So Kirby looked good coming up from Double-A. Julio Rodriguez is getting a little bit better. I mean, the Mariners sent a letter to the MLB office about the same exact thing that we just talked about for the last 30 minutes right before this, right? Balls and strikes. So since then, he's been getting not so shafted. But however, in Julio's defense, the last 15 games, he's hitting over 300 in the last 15 games. His strikeout percentage is still a little above league average, 25%. I believe league average is like 23% strikeout percentage throughout the league. So Julio's still a little bit over that, but he's still hitting the ball well, hitting over 300. As we talked about last week, Haniger's still out. Let me see. What else do I got on the Mariners? Jesse Winker finally hit his first home run for the Mariners. So that's a good sign to see coming over from Cincinnati. And
you're reaching, bro. Come on, man.
No, I mean, hey, he's going to get, I told you.
What is the major story? What is the Mariners' major storyline is they sent Brash down, and this new kid got some command. They say he's kind of like a Greg Maddux type, where he could place the ball wherever he wants. That's good. Now, the other storyline should be, to be honest with you, is if the kid is starting to make some solid contact, and if he's getting on base. Outside of that, you need to be talking about this dude Crawford. This dude Crawford is probably the most reliable guy that they have out there. He's the only dude.
France.
He's the only
Crawford
dude
in France
that are constantly getting on base.
Well, yeah, but not to knock Crawford a little bit, he has given up a couple of those infield errors, which he's going to get better at in the long run. He'll get more opportunities and come out strong. But with Crawford and France, bats in the lineup. That's why I'm saying once Winker and Eugenio Suarez come around and start hitting again, they're going to be just fine. So that 87 more 645 winning percentage is going to come up well. The like we talked about before, the silent assassin that nobody ever talks about is Adam Frazier. He comes through in the clutch and gets those hits. What the hell's going on here? When needed to be. So
this is the
but
dude that's
however,
shorter
the
than
Mariners went 25 innings without scoring a damn run. You can't do that. 25 innings. It was like 2 shutouts, and they finally scored 2 runs. They still lost 6-2. So you have to score runs to win this game, right? Whoever scores the most runs is going to win the game. Whoever scores the most points is going to win the game, right? That's usually how that works out.
Yeah.
So we need to start scoring some runs and getting into this thing, because what the hell? Oh, I pulled it up here. The run differential. Do you have that in front of you?
Yeah,
Let's see.
are
The Mariners +1 right now. They were plus like 14 like a week ago, and now all of a sudden they're now +1. So hard to keep up when you have the Angels at +27, and then you have the damn Yankees at +48. But we'll see how that works out. I like the pitching rotation that they got going. Let me rephrase that. I don't know if I like the pitching rotation going on. I think Robbie Ray's going to come around. Marco, I'm still on the fence.
Yeah.
Marco, I'm still on the fence with him. You got Kirby that just got called up. Yeah, Flexen. And then
what does each guy had? Like 3 starts so far?
Flexing throws tonight, and he's gotten like the Felix Hernandez treatment run support like Felix did. So we'll see how tonight rolls out. And that's the same thing
that we were telling you, that me and Barkov were telling you. It's just you got to get that run support, regardless of, like I said, if you send your ace out there and now he's a 20 game winner, which again, or close to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you still need the rest of that production to come down, even if the number always lands on him and he gets his 20 wins. The rest of the staff has to get it. And last year, there wasn't a double-digit game winner, last year outside of the one that they had. So you got to get everybody going. But yeah, no, I was laughing. I'm watching the game the other day, man. This dude Frazier you're talking about, this is the same dude who stands in the box and is barely taller than the catcher crouched down.
You noticed that too?
Bro, come on, this dude is little, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. I've noticed that a couple times. I just started laughing because he's like a little leaguer looking up there at the plate. He is really that tiny. It looks like, and it's not a Jose Altuve where he's short and stacked, kind of.
Yeah, he's a little dude.
He's like a little skinny dude, like the nerd.
It looked like they grabbed a dude from Ponies.
Yeah,
from Pony League and said, "Hey, you want to come hit?" And like he's a Make-A-Wish kid.
Yeah, and nobody gonna just throw him out there like that. But yeah, nobody's ever talked about him though, and we'll see how he'll get some clutch hits for you. And same thing with Toro. Toro's hitting like a 150, but he's kept us in the game a couple times right now. So we'll see how that works out, especially when Haniger comes back. I don't know, man. There's going to be a couple different moves that they're going to have to make, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people's opinion with Haniger coming back and Kelenic. Who knows what Kelenic's going to do? He has his bright moments. He got a hit yesterday. He got the game tying. Excuse me. What the hell is this? Or he got a home run the other day. Kelenic did. So why does it say Crawford day to day? I don't like that.
Yeah, I saw that too. I didn't see a injury or anything, but
yeah, hopefully that's not anything significant, because I keep playing Acuna, or I keep seeing Acuna is the same thing in our fantasy baseball league, but that dude keeps playing. So hopefully that's just a weird just disclosure, like they have to disclose or something. So we'll see. But yeah, Frazier's Frazier's only hitting. Let's see, where's he at? Oh damn, he's hitting 33 at home though, so that's good. So I'll take that tonight against the Phillies. It's going to be a tough. I think I talked about this a little bit last week with Barcott too. They play Phillies at home, and then they go to New York, and then they roll to freaking shit.
Well, Philly's been underperforming, man. That was like Philly. I'm telling you, yeah, everything is pretty much holding court right now. Like I said, we're only like 6 weeks into the season, 28 games, 29 games or so. And everything is pretty much what everybody would expect so far. Yeah, I don't think that I don't think the White Sox have gotten going yet, so I'm not really tripping at where they are right now. But I'm trying to tell you, man, these damn Phillies, man, the Phillies and the Red Sox, man. I don't know what's going on, man. I think I completely overjudged the Red Sox, man. They are not who I thought they were.
Hey, well,
and,
Trevor Story's asking for a way out right now, bro. He's
yeah.
sick of getting booed, and I don't think he has a home run this year. He might have one.
So and the Phillies, man, I don't know what in the hell they're doing. So like I
They're
said,
coming on hot right now, though. What are they in their last 10?
Yeah, Castellanos need a couple more people to die during the game or something, during the announcements or something, because he need to step up. I got him in the fantasy, and he just constantly on the bench, man. I can't even put him in unless Suzuki from the Cubs is on a off day or something, because I can't even do it in good conscience. And the Cubs are garbage. Yeah, the Suzuki is like a good bright spot for the Cubs right now. He's okay out there, starting to feel himself after the first month of the season and get used to major league pitching and everything that goes on there. But yeah, I think everything is pretty much holding on to what we thought. I don't think the Dodgers have even warmed up yet. Mookie is like the coldest dude right now.
That's scary that you say the Dodgers haven't warmed up.
Dude, he's not even getting on base before this weekend. He wasn't even getting on base before this weekend, bro.
My top 5 power rankings right now would be your Dodgers, the Angels, the Mets, the Yankees, and Toronto. In my opinion, I think that's how I'd rank them. You got the West Coast and the East Coast, the left and the right coast. Definitely your 4 best teams in MLB right now, in my opinion. So that's how I would go with them. If you have a power ranking you want to throw out there, go for it. But yeah, I mean, your Dodgers are still on fire, especially with Kershaw. Actually, what is he, 4-1 or 3-1 or something, and back after not pitching in the playoffs last year?
Yeah,
Scary thought.
Cody Bellinger, he's got a swing to his bat, and I mean, and that's not even really
after
it.
You called him out. You called him out 2 weeks ago.
It's not even the names that you would expect. That's where the production is coming from. The production is coming from Justin Turner. The production is coming from Gavin Lux, bro. The production is coming from Will Smith, and I ain't talking about the Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? The production is coming from not even Trey Turner. I'm telling you, the production is coming from some of the or Chris Taylor. This is where the production is coming from. It's coming from the bottom of the lineup, to be honest with you, bro. I'm telling you, down there with Bellinger's batting 7th, bro. Okay. Okay, this is what kind of firepower that's popping off right now with Bellinger's batting 7th. So that bottom of the lineup is really getting it on. And like I said, once Mookie gets going, I forgot. The whole squad is being held up by Freddie Freeman. Okay, thank God for Freddie Freeman. That's an acquisition for your ass, because he's the only one with a consistent bat right now. You know what I'm saying?
True.
He's the only one with the consistent bat right now, aside from those names that I just told you about. At the top of the lineup is just Freddie Freeman, Trey Turner throwing up a deuce, Mookie throwing up a deuce. They ain't even got warm yet. You know what I'm saying? So once they do, then
Freddie's hitting 323.
That's what I'm saying. He's the only one that's consistent right now. The bottom of the lineup is what's down there, that's eating. That's who's really eating and getting on base. Whenever you see that the Dodgers smoke somebody, or you know what I'm saying, they took a game from somebody, look at that damn box score. Look at that damn box score. I'm gonna tell you who's gonna be there. Them names that I just told you about. But like I said, once and they're smoking everybody with a plus 74 run differential. So this is what I'm telling you. Once they get warmed up and get lathered up, they'll be all right. I'm gonna put the Dodgers first right now, even though the Yankees have been smoking hot in the last week or so, even though they dropped one the other day, but they was rolling. Okay. Now they get it together. Bye bye. Okay. If they get it together.
Cortez just threw a eight inning, 8 or 7 and a third, 1 hit today. And I dropped his ass from fantasy last week. But Cortez just threw that today, and they won 1-0 for the Yankees. So you're right, 100%. Barcott talked about that a little bit last week too.
So
even though he's a homer.
So for that reason, for pure homerdom, I would put the Yankees second in my power rank. I would have you got to give shout out to the whole New York. You know what I'm saying? The Mets would have to be third. Yep. I don't know if they have the staying power, to be honest with you, but I like the fact that they're all gelling. And again, your boy over there is just getting paid. This isn't somebody else that's getting paid. I got to talk about people getting paid and not doing nothing. Your boy Robinson Cano is getting paid and not doing nothing.
Yep, he is for sure.
I think they owe him 45. Yep. I think they owe him 45 still. And they're about to send him down or something. Right.
He's DFA'd, so someone could sign him. I'm surprised he's not signed. I think it went into effect actually today. I guess it's a week after they DFA him. Yeah. So I think that he's got a few days. Somebody's got to sign his ass and take a chance. We talked about that a little bit, but
he gonna still
who doesn't take a shot and he's gonna get an extra million or 8 million or whatever from a team that just wants to sign him.
Yeah, I love this.
Hopefully he goes to Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, and I think that to round it out, like I said, again, I'm going to say this right now because I probably ain't going to say it no more for the rest of the damn season. Okay. I don't know what the hell the Brewers are doing. And I never know. Okay. I never know what the hell they're doing. But we know that they come with 2 straps and a pitching staff.
Double holster.
Woo-hoo! That pitching staff don't be playing with people. Okay. That's the opposite of what you're talking about. Those boys, they just shut people the hell down, okay, and then take whatever runs they get.
But they do have the power to score runs with the Damas, Yelich, Vogelback.
You get Christian Yelich to do what he's supposed to have been doing for the last couple of years. He'll be all right. They'll be all right. So, like I said, I will put them at 4, and then at 5. At 5, I would put the Angels at 5 right now, because I think that they're pretty consistent to what they're doing, and I don't even think that Trout is fully smoking yet. So, and Rendon, he's not fully smoking yet. So I think once everybody get nice and warmed up and lathered up as we start talking about the second month of the season, man, I think that we'll start to see who people really are with what goes on. You got a couple people that are coming back. I mean, I know the Dodgers got some arms that been on 60 days, started the season out on 60 days. So them dudes will start coming back off IL. Dustin May is going to get back into the mixture. And I know that there's a couple squads. They got some bodies that they're waiting to come back to see the light of day, to come in here. But I think the Mets might run away with the situation that Philly don't get popping. If Philly don't get popping, man, if Philly doesn't start putting some runs together, the Mets is going to run away with that thing, boy. And that's it. It's going to be like you're not even going to have to think about it. They're going to, because look who else is in that division. I mean, Atlanta could come back out of the woodworks, but I don't see it. I don't care if you get Oconia back and all of that. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. So, you ain't betting on the Marlins to do a damn thing. Okay. So, like I said, I think that one might be a damn runaway.
Their pitching staff is solid, though. That's the thing, though. The Miami pitching staff is solid. So if they can find a way to score some runs, I don't know what their plus minus is. But
Mattingly's out there messing up. They got the young dude. I can't remember what his name is. Jazz.
Chisholm,
Jazz Chisholm. Yeah, he's supposed
to
be young hot, right? Young hot on the street.
Dude, he is hot. Yep.
Man, we're blowing up, and then Don Mattingly gonna sit him the next day.
Yeah, they don't understand that. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on out there. They got issues.
I think you're 100% right. I think you hit that one on the nose, dog. I think that's another thing that you just fixed.
He just ain't. They need this. Another one of those situations. That'd be like if the Mariners had your boy, and then every other day they platooned him with somebody else. Hey, you gotta put that dude in there. What else you got to lose? You're Miami. You're not known. Well, actually, to be honest with you, under the Florida banner, you know what I'm saying, y'all did win titles. But I'm just saying, as of right now, recent history, y'all ain't did hot bit of shit after Jose Fernandez passed. Okay, they ain't been known for a hot bit of shit. So they might as well get out there and do the same thing the Mariners trying to do, because they've been working on that farm squad and they got something brewing. Put them dudes on the field. What's wrong with y'all? You got issues.
Well, this is, I mean, I was just going to ask you, homie. So you're NL West, right? You have the Dodgers, the Padres, the Rockies, the Giants, and the Diamondbacks, all over 500, bro.
Mm-hmm.
How wild is that? When's the last time you saw that? I know it's early, like you said. We're just really 28, 29 games in or whatever. But all those teams are over 500. And that could be a scary division to check out. I mean,
yeah, but to be honest though, I didn't see who these dudes are playing. We you know what I'm saying? A lot of our division has played the damn AL Central.
I was just gonna say who
we had the Tigers. We had a 4-gamer.
Yeah,
we had a 4-gamer with the Tigers. I think the D-backs had a 3-gamer with Cleveland. I think somebody had KC, and I was like, because I looked at that too. I was like, what the hell the Rockies are doing? Because I was like, okay, the Rockies, they're, you know, I mean, the ballpark, you know, Denver, mile high situations or whatever. And I'm going, okay, let's see what the Rockies are doing. Why are they pulling out these wins and they ain't really scoring runs? They're playing Kansas City, bro.
Yeah, well, Arizona does have a decent pitching staff too. I think, but what's crazy is I just like that they're all above 500. I think that's pretty freaking awesome. And then you got the NL Central, where Cincinnati is on a pace to win 25 games this year. Shout out to my boy John Sandlin. Sorry about that, dog. You already called that though. So, but somebody's got to take down these Anaheim Angels, bro, for the Mariners to get back in it. And I know it's early, but 5.5 right now back from the Mariners, and I don't like being 5.5 back. I don't care if it's now or the first 6 games of the season.
Dude, I'm telling you, the Angels swept the damn G's not too long ago. Like,
yeah,
it was a 4-game sweep if I remember right. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And they're holding in with the Astros and all of that. I think they took 2 out of 3 from the Astros not too long ago. So, I mean, like I said, I think they smoked. I think they won 3 out of 4 from the Rangers. So, like I said, the Angels was on something, man. Like I said, they're getting lathered up. Because if I'm watching ESPN and I'm catching some clips of them taking people out, and Showtime is on the mound and behind the plate, you know what I'm saying, doing double duty still.
Well, you and Barcott, I believe, both picked the Angels to be the team or whatever to come out of the West. And, you know, I can't be mad at that, especially after, but you also both called that these guys have to stay healthy, which any team has to stay healthy, of course. But can you imagine how, I mean, I know Shohei already missed 1 start this year, I believe. And if he's completely healthy, he didn't make all of his starts last year. Not even a chance.
No.
If he stays healthy and keeps doing it, but he he can get roughed up. So that's the thing. Like I don't understand that. But
Yeah, he's not an ace.
when
I mean, we don't
Houston,
look at him like an ace.
well, yeah, but I agree. But when Houston and LA Angels beat up on each other, that's the time for the Mariners to make their
Yeah.
move, baby. And we're gonna make their move, and they're gonna have to beat up on the Rangers in Oakland, and then get up in there. But what happened to Rudy's Cleveland Guardians, baby? Let's go. They're still 14-14.
I think they're 500.
In that division, they're only 3.5 back. And the White Sox are starting to come around. I think they finally got back to 500 after they were like 6 games down for a while.
They're on a run.
So
they're on a run right now. The White Sox are on a run. They're getting it together.
And they're pitching like Barkott was saying that, want to keep that. He's worried about their pitching of being healthy all year, but Giolito, I think, is back today, and he's been out for a little bit, but I'm still scared of the White Sox too. So I don't know. I think they're still my pick in that division, even though you guys.
That was my runaway pick. I didn't pick Minnesota. I had the White Sox to run away.
Oh, yeah, the White Sox too.
Right. Yeah, I had the White Sox to run away with this one. So, like I said, it's competitive now. But like I said, the White Sox are getting their first little streak going. I think they won 6 straight. So, them and the Dodgers, I think, both got 6 straight going. After the Yankees had their, I think, 9 straight last week.
Yeah,
they got snapped. So, yeah, we're gonna catch these little runs real quick. But like I said, once these guys get lathered up, we're gonna really see something happening, because like I said, I mean, we ain't even talking to that. I don't know if you talked about it with Barkon though, but Tampa Bay is ruffling feathers, man.
Man, they're trash. They ain't getting fucking nowhere. They've beat the Mariners
they're ruffling feathers, bro. I'm telling
you, they're
you,
trash,
and you don't know why. I watched the game. I can't remember.
I do know why, because they gave against the Mariners. They got lucky against the Mariners, like the 9 out of 10 games they've played already.
It was, I think it was the games against the Mariners. I just flicked in and tuned in to see what was going on. And they was in the Trop. They were at Tropicana, and ain't nobody there. It's like 500 people there. They was trying to keep the camera on the same ass group of people. Ain't nobody. The only
people that were there.
Ain't nobody there. So I don't know how they even get fired up to play the game. They might as well have been doing it under quarantine, you know what I'm saying, like we did 2 years ago, because that's what their damn like what Tropicana looks like right now. But like I said, I told you Wander Franco, I said watch out, man. He's gonna be all right. Like I said, and I ain't paying attention to their whole squad. I don't care that much about the Tampa Bay Rays. But Wander Franco is going to be nice out here. He's going to be a nice little, one of them little shortstops that we're going to know about and we're going to be paying attention to out here. That's going to make a name for himself. But he ain't enough to hold the Rays down like that. But like I said, the Rays are ruffling some feathers. They're making some dust out here.
Yeah, Wander's good, dude. He is solid. He earned his money. He got shortchanged, in my opinion. And
yeah,
he didn't get more money than he should have got more money than he signed for. That is 100% accurate. Dude, while we're on players, I want to throw this out here real quick.
Let's go.
Did you know Manny Machado is hitting 385 right now?
Manny Machado's balling right now.
Machado is that silent dude who just puts up numbers. If I remember correctly, he's not going to hit hella home runs, but 385, and he doesn't have Tatis now, but I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's why he's balling. He couldn't wait for that fool to be gone.
Even last year, I think he hit over 300. I think. I mean, it's like this dude is just a silent dude. You don't hear a lot of him. You did see last year when we talked about it too, though. We saw him getting a little shoving match, grab the jersey, get the team going. So, I have respect for Machado there. That's crazy, but
yeah, I think he likes the clubhouse without Tatis in it. Okay, and he's out there. He's out there. He's dead serious though. Dead serious. It's one of those situations where I think that him and Tatis just don't get along. And you know how you got somebody on the squad. If you ever played organized sports, you just got a dude. He's on the team, and you just don't fool with him. But for team purposes, y'all all have the same goal. But you just don't fool with that guy, right? You know what I'm saying? Just like James Harden and Kyrie. James Harden was like, I gotta go because I just don't fool with this guy. KD, me and you, we cool. But this dude, I don't know. I gotta be out. And I think that's one of the things. And like I said, when you have a bat like Tatis in front of you and it don't matter,
That that
it
definitely
don't
helps you.
matter. That's what I'm saying. With him, it don't matter. I think for him, it's like we don't need this dude. Watch what I do without this dude. And I like that he's taking that stance. I don't even know if that's his stance, but if it is, much respect due to Manny Machado, bro. Former Dodger for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? For 1 year.
Hey,
I like that, man. Pull the OG card and let them know what time it is. Look, we out here trying to play this game, and I play to win. If you ain't about that, hey, look, I will snatch you up by all your jewelry collar.
I know I have to talk about this guy because he's on my fantasy team. Byron Buxton missed like 10 games.
What team is he on now?
Come on now, Minnesota, baby. Byron
Oh, okay.
Buxton
I was gonna say Red Sox.
just signed the deal. I think he re-signed with Minnesota. And then he's got 9 home runs tied with Rizzo, CJ Crone in Colorado. Surprise, surprise. Where's Chris Bryant at? Glad I traded him. Judge is 9, and then Willie Adames has 8 for those Brewers we were talking about earlier. But Byron Buxton might be the number one player in baseball, bro. Like,
What?
I mean,
You're tripping, dude.
if he just signed, but every team wants Byron Buxton on him, so on their team. So,
Wait a minute. The best player in baseball, bro. Best player
yeah.
in baseball.
Who else you got? Mike Trout? Come on
Man,
now,
no,
he
I
can't
don't
stay
even.
healthy.
Yeah, no, I don't look at Mike Trout like that. Everybody always was like Mike Trout's the guy. I just never saw it like that.
Who you got?
Let me see
Anthony
it.
Rizzo.
Oh, you're high.
Who you got?
I don't. Maybe I.
Let me think about that.
Man, I mean, he can't be the guy though.
Freddie Freeman, I guess, is probably pretty good. But I'm talking about eccentrics. Josh Chisholm could be good, like you referenced to earlier.
Vlad Jr. He's better than Vlad
Vlad,
Jr.
yeah, Vlad. I guess you're right, but I'm talking about outfielders. Not
Okay.
really, but no,
But I'm saying if you're saying the
I
best
did
player
say
in
best in
baseball,
baseball.
I mean,
I did say Vlad. Vlad Jr. would give him a run. I like that. I like Vlad Jr.
man, I'm just thinking like Vlad Jr. is like box office. I'm trying to think of who else is box office. Like, is Aaron Judge still box office?
No, he's boring. I mean, mainly because he's just a Yankee. It's kind of like
you would want him though, right?
no, not really. I just don't see. I don't see a baseball player when I look at Aaron Judge. I don't see a baseball player when I look at Giancarlo Stanton. You know what I'm saying? I see a baseball player when I look at Byron Buxton. I see a baseball player when I look at Vlad Guerrero.
Yeah,
I see a baseball player when I look at Julio Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, maybe I'm kind of, what do you call it,
well,
scarred by the
I think
Yankees thing, but
you remember in years past, there was this thing in Major League Baseball that everybody loved, especially chicks, because chicks love the long ball. There used to be a such thing called power hitters, right? Now I don't think that exists anymore because that would be your Giancarlo Stanton, that would be your Aaron Judge. You don't find players that are reliable like that no more, right? There's no Barry Bonds is not walking through the clubhouse in this generation. There is
I
none.
love it.
There is none. I don't even think who was the last in the last 3 years. Who would you put the tag as power hitter on? That that I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Fail or success. He could strike out 300 times a season. I don't give a shit. But when he step up there it might be your ass right damn now. And it used to be Aaron Judge for a hot second. It used to be Giancarlo Stanton for a hot second. Now, I don't think that there is one at all, period. Who is a power? Pete Alonso?
Yeah, that's a good call.
You ain't scared of Pete Alonso, though.
Right, but yeah, I see what you're saying is like
the Dodgers don't have one.
There is no such thing as a
power hitter,
Mark McGwire or a
yes.
Bonds,
yes,
or King Griffey Jr. Retrospect of a power hitter who you're gonna be scared of.
There's not even a what's my man's name? Played for the Brewers, retired. Braun.
Brian Braun. Yeah.
Braun. There's not even a Braun no more. Braun was notorious for giving you 40. Okay.
Yeah.
He was gonna give you 40, right? And you were scared, but you knew he was gonna be on SportsCenter highlights. Now I'm telling you, there isn't one, bro. What is it, George Springer? No, he ain't that dude.
Well, that's okay. No, I like what you're saying, and I 100% agree with you.
Bryce Harper is not that dude.
But that's the thing about the game now is it's so much more intriguing because it's not more intriguing. Everybody likes to see the long ball, like you said. But however, all the playing field is leveled out where you have these guys who can hit bombs and produce numbers. As we talked about Machado, you just brought up Bryce Harper that a lot of people forget about now that he's in Philly, right?
That's what I'm saying.
And he's going to be in Seattle this week. So that's going to be fun to watch. I mean, tonight, actually, in about 2 hours. So,
dude, every team had one, though. Every team had one. You remember Chris Davis, bro?
Yes. Well, right now,
Chris Davis, bro.
And right now, there's nobody who is anybody should be scared of.
Nobody
to pitch against, right? But you still have the opportunity to watch these young players, and this is literally what we started the conversation about earlier. Is got Acuna, you got Ozzie Albies from Atlanta.
Albies is right. I like him.
And you got and you still have who else do we got to talk about in the young guys? Vlad. You got the Wander.
Dude with the colored hair on the Mets. I always forget his name.
The shortstop.
Lindor.
And you still have
Tatis is hurt, but
Tatis is gone. So you got a lot of these young cats that we were talking about going into the league that we could build upon and build the game on.
The game is different.
It's different and it's fun to watch. Like anybody who doesn't watch baseball, and if their debate is it's too long, that's a terrible debate because you get to watch these great athletes perform and exceed it to the best of their abilities, because it's fun to watch these guys make great plays and hustle, because a lot of them do hustle.
Yeah.
And if you have kids who are baseball fans, you let them tune in and see the hustle aspect, the love of the game again, because that's what these guys are bringing in my opinion.
It's the evolution of the game, man. Like we went through the
evolution, 100%.
It's the long ball era, just like in basketball. Now you have the 3-point line, and in hockey now it's just there's no more 2-1 games. They're scoring 5-6 goals. So if you can get scoring up, like I said, I don't give a damn what the method of play is, and I think that this method of it's kind of like what you first learned when you first played baseball. You didn't learn to hit home runs, right? You learned to place the ball. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to beat the shift. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like this. So now you're playing small ball, as like they used to call it. Mike Sosa used to love it when he was the manager of the Angels. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You get the guy on first, you sacrifice him the second, and you know what I'm saying? You play the game right. You know what I'm saying? And you get the long ball, and hopefully you get the run in, get your base hit, and you get your run in, and that's how you play the game. And I think that if you can get the scoring up, then the game will never be boring, regardless if the long ball is involved like that or not. Because, like I said, I recognize that immediately that there's like the long ball, like that guy is not around anymore. Like I said, every team used to have one. You could look down every roster and you knew somebody was on the Cubs. It was Chris Bryant for a minute. You go to the Reds. Reds had Adam Dunn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Or
everybody
Sean
had
Casey.
one. There you go. Or you had on the Rockies, you had three dudes. You know what I'm saying? Just because of where they
Larry
play at.
Walker, Vlad
Thank you.
Guerrero.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
You
not
always
Vlad,
had
but
a guy. You
Larry
always had a
Walker,
guy.
yeah.
Larry Walker was notorious. That was another one. That's what I'm telling you. So that way of the game. Now we waiting for Altuve to hit home runs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come on.
5'3",
But I
he
think
hit home runs.
what you're saying too is like building the game, and you just see the athletes, you see the players hustling. You saw Jazz Chisholm score from second base on a pop up to left field the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like he's balling out because they're playing the game the right way and making everybody humble, and just, you know, hey, hustle is going to be the
Oh shit!
the way to play it.
I just ran into a nugget. There's only 5 teams in Major League Baseball that have not scored 100 runs yet. You see what I'm saying? So if you can get scoring up, the quality of the game is going to go up, because again, just like with basketball, if people our age, we might go, damn, Larry Bird and Reggie Miller, they was some 3-point shooters like a mug back in the day. Nobody's better than them. Shit, everybody's better than them now. Okay, PJ Tucker is better than Larry Bird right now.
Right.
Because the game has evolved, and that's just 100%. What it is. It don't matter how we get the points. You know what I'm saying? You just have to play a game that's conducive to putting runs on the board.
Does it show you the teams that have not scored 100 runs?
Yes. All right. So the least runs scored are the Tigers, 78, followed by the Royals at 79. And then you have one team in the 80s, which, believe it or not, is the White Sox, 89 runs scored. Okay, and then you have 2 teams in the 90s. That's the A's and the Red Sox, 95 and 96 respectively. Everybody else has scored over 100 runs so far. And I think that tells you a lot, because, like I said, you're looking at 96, I said, was under 100. Everybody there's only 2 teams that are just barely at 100. So everybody's scoring. Everybody's scoring is up. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the method by which that they're getting these runs, either because it's not by the long ball, is a lot more of enticing to the way that the game brings more action to you. Because again, there's contact being made. There's run. There's, you know what I'm saying? There's people on the base pads. You know what I mean? In order to get these runs scored. So it's by a different method, you know what I'm saying? Because we could not name a slugger right now. We could not name one. We're sitting here struggling hard.
Not one that we were scared of or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
right
Judge
now,
and Stanton don't
Griffey
count
have
because
in that April? That one April. How many home runs did Griffey have that one April? What was it? 17 or something crazy Griffey had in 1 month, which was the record.
Yeah, definitely over.
Which was the record for most home runs in the first month of the season. I don't know if it still stands or not, but that's what I'm saying. It was just like, you don't, there's no guy that you could say, you know what, damn, this dude, Corey Bellinger's took it off and he's got 15 home runs already. No, there's not one guy. So you're absolutely right. But see, again, just like I was talking about the S, again, you have to back not only the team, but again, if the method of play changes, you got to get behind it. And I feel you. But they do have to fix the situation because there's too many aggravations between, you know what I'm saying, batters, pitchers, and the home plate ump. They just got to fix that some kind of way, because we don't have no issues with sliding in the second, you know what I'm saying, or calls at first. We don't have no issues with that. So we have to fix this, because the game is a lot more energized, because we talked about the Latino flair is popping and the game is hot. Vlad, And
Well, you
the
see it
Blue
in
Jays
every
got the
game.
jacket. Yeah, the Blue Jays got the jacket. The Padres got the chain. You know what I'm saying? With run scored. So I like the energy and juice, as the young people call it nowadays. I hear that a lot on TV now. Everybody talking about how much juice people got. I like it. Bring the energy. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you can catch a couple more eyes to the game. Clearly not in Tampa Bay because nobody gives a shit. But you know what I'm saying? Now they got them $7 tickets. They tickets better not be high. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get some people out to the game, man. And once we get some weather around here to where you can go out and catch them day games or even
Oh, I
you know what I'm
love
saying,
the day
them
games,
night
bro.
games, man. Come on, man. We already know it's an experience.
Yeah, it really is. And the funny thing you said about the not having fans down in Tampa Bay, hey, the Mariners go down there again, I'll be feel free to take me down there with you, homie. We'll go roll down there and show our support for those $7 tickets. Probably cost us less to fly there
I was just about to say that.
and get a ticket and stay there
Yeah.
than it would be to go to a game here. I don't know, even after drinks and all that, but you never know. God dang, dude. Hey, you know what happens when Nas Big Homie and I get to talking and we roll out some good shit for y'all. So,
Yes, sir.
anything else you want to chat about real quick, homie, before we close it out? We on what? Almost hit hour number 3.
We gotta figure out some quality control around here. We just be a bunch of damn gab fest.
I
They're
know, right?
gossiping and shit
Well, that's what
like a bunch of
happens.
bro.
That's what happens when we fucking, don't get to chat it up and chop it up, and we just, try to put out this content. But this is where the Nas Big Homie's editing skills come into play with all the time you have on your hands, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how I attempted to do some editing and some posting, and that shit don't work out. But I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna work on it on this one.
Oh hell,
On
see.
this one, I'm gonna work on it. So we'll see if
Bob done already gave up one goal already. It's 1-1 in the first. Damn
Bob
Panthers,
did.
bro. Yeah.
Oh, come on, Bob. You're better than that.
Yeah. Power play goal given up to TJ Oshie. See, that's what I'm saying, man.
Oh, that's a Oshie and Ovechkin, man. Can't mess with them.
It's a problem, man. I got to get up here. I got to go watch these games because Giannis is on too. I got to see what's going on.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to catch up on. Hey, everybody, thank you for listening. We appreciate you all. Check out the Sports Fix with the Stix and then Nas Big Homie on the YouTube channel. If you did listen right now, subscribe. I know you all like White Men Can't Jump, the video audio version of Sydney, Dean, and Billy. Ho!
Hey.
Also, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. We appreciate it all. Appreciate you all. Go to thisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there for the Funner family. Hey, homie, appreciate you coming back on. Glad you're healthy and back in the mix. We got a lot of shit to talk about. So, anything you got to leave these boys and girls with?
Man, it's old news right now, but I mean, like I said, this whole Johnny Depp situation, man, I'm telling you, it gets better and better every single day. Now, old girl is on the stand, okay, and the other day, somebody cut a clip of her being questioned on the stand, and she had a napkin in her hand, and it literally looks like she just took a sniff of something in a courtroom. Okay. Now, you know good and well she didn't do it because there's no way with police, bailiff, judge, lawyers, Johnny Depp, crowd, but it sure did damn look like it. Man, keep in mind, man. You know where we at. This is Funner.
Nice. All right, homie. Go hit those games. I'm gonna be doing the same.
Yeah. All right, peace, man.
I'm gonna text you. All right, bro.
Okay.
Late.